Hello, and welcome to the circus, everybody. It's another Sunday. It's another day. Well, we'll get there. Loki wants his snacks, but I'll wait till there's a quorum happening.
It took YouTube a second to catch up. I'm hiding in the dark.
Right. There's nothing wrong with being a creature of the night.
It's more, you know what? Before everyone hops in, it's more muggy than anything else, and the humidity just makes me hangry, and I already ate.
Right.
Hey,
Welcome,
Alibaba!
welcome. How is it in Orlando, Canada?
Do you know I know the Canadian national anthem because I watch hockey? I know.
Yes.
I know it heart. I know it by heart.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Rumble, get you started. Oh, yeah, I'm just rinsing and repeating on sewing ruffles. Like you get into your habits. I'm like overly floofy, ruffly double circle skirts with miles of yards of ruffles. Yes, please. Do you remember that sewing machine manual Pam needs a 232 FAF?
Yes, I do. I do remember.
Oh, I should sit up straight. I took some time to put some eyeliner on, even though I've got my spectacles on and nobody can see. Let's see here. It's okay. That is good. I'm glad to hear that. I hope your garden is continuing to go swimmingly.
My garden. I had to pull my tomatoes that aren't tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I part like honestly, part of me thinks that Odin, the raccoon, the skunk, they're all chomping on it, passing it
Yeah,
around.
maybe so. Maybe so. Do you know the model?
No, I do not.
Okay. And we're a few minutes in. Oh, all right. We're getting up to quorum. Welcome. We've got Godless. We've got myself, Phoenix. We've got a chat going. The
We have
weather's not too
Professor
cold.
Alibaba.
We do have. We've got ready.
Oh, I'm trying to hide from the heat, but I will turn my lights on eventually. It's just gross. It's
Yeah.
Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
toasty.
that's the humidity. It has to be. But I will carry on.
Yes. All right. Yes. Freya's. Let's see. Freya is going to get some snackies. We'll see. I'm sure Loki will be back. Oh, that's what I was going to do because I. So the little man, Baloo, went to town. First, or no, this is Greenies. We're open to sponsorships of cats supplies around here. Yeah, he thought this was snack. That cat is so hungry. Okay. Is it too early to start telling cat stories yet? Never, and I'll just repeat them later.
Never.
um, you want some snacks for first? Okay. Well, so he is doing great. His name decided to be Baloo. The neighbor named him, and it's a super creative name. It means boy cat in Hindi. Oh,
Blue?
Baloo, Ballu.
That reminds me of the character from Tailspin.
Mm. Yep, that one too. Yeah, and he is kind of a super ungraceful, unagile cat. I joke that I don't know how he got his cat card because he literally rolls off the cat tree, and
He's
oh,
the
I'm like, are you sure you got your cat card? And so he went to the vet on. We went to the vet last week so he could get his checkup because he also needs his big snip. And what's this one funny for? He's got an undescended testicle.
ah.
So he's just got one giant one, and they're gonna have to go in. Hopefully, it's like close, but if not, he's gonna have some extra stitches in his belly.
Oh, and that is now the new name of my punk band.
Undescended testic, or
Yes.
it's also crypt orchid is the other fancier name for it, which I think sounds cooler.
I like that too.
Right? the mystery testicle. We don't know where you're hiding yet. Oh, it's cool and not humid there. That is not too shabby. Oh, I thought he was going to come out. So, yeah, he was in quarantine for a couple days, and then we needed to move stuff around. So, he kind of moved out to Gen Pop a little earlier, though he's probably going to go back in on after Tuesday for a couple days, depending on what the status of the stitches look like. And
so,
yeah,
have you been? I think you might have brought this up a few times, but there is a young man in Florida on being tried for RICO charges. He's a rapper. I don't know. No, he's in Georgia.
it's YSL, the Young Thug Rico.
Okay, so you've been
Yes.
trying to tell me about his friend freaking out, right? Like his friend, the guy that's doing this.
I haven't watched. I haven't been keeping up on that trial.
I put it in my video last night. He has a friend who is trying to plead insanity. And he's doing it like it's everybody knows he's faking it, and even the judge, they were trying to ignore it because but they can't because he's so outlandish. He's so all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it. I showed everybody last night. I showed a snippet of what he's doing, but like because of you, I keep on saying like you do not want to be declared insane.
No, because there's no time limit then as to how long you can be held. At least if you go to jail, there's a time limit to that.
They tell you, you better
whatever it happens to. It might not be great, but right. Let me just get it over with. There's no advice, medical, legal, financial, banking, nothing. We accidentally learn stuff around here, and we mostly are here to hang out and watch beautiful. Well, at my show, it's a beautiful old sewing machine. Usually, do and make something ridiculously crazy because
all my old ones are hidden, but I'll give you one for a really good price.
Well, I might be driving 6 hours in November down to Yuba City. Well, I'm not driving. I should take that back. But I guess the first weekend in November there's a Sikh festival happening down there, and they're going to have what is called Langar, which basically is free food, and the Sikhs like prepare meals as part of their like spiritual like devotional things.
You totally reminded me because you haven't been around in a while. My friend from Phoenix came to my house.
Oh, that's funny.
And she's trying to get me to move out there.
Oh, that's hysterically funny. I can't say that I would.
But she kept on saying the Phoenix, Medford, and I can't forget the third town she kept on saying. And she said it over and over.
Talents. I need to unclick the places.
It'll eventually.
Video. There's.
Sorry.
Talent. There's.
Yes.
Talent. Medford,
Talent.
Phoenix. Yeah.
That's exactly.
Don't you have any talent, man? Come on.
I've actually been everywhere we're naming. I've been to every single one. I have pictures, and I actually total tourist when I had my Nikon. She was driving my car, and I was taking pictures of fields.
Oh, that's funny. Well, there are, right, and like Harry and David's.
Hey, skids. I went to a really weird consignment shop there too. It wasn't a consignment shop, but it was like they had booths where every single person was selling stuff.
I think it might be called Picker's Paradise.
Yeah. I have pictures of a sewing machine. I know that's a shocker.
What? Are you? Don't be telling me stories.
It was like, I'm gonna find it. It's in my phone right here. It's gonna take me a second to find it, but
All right, I'm gonna start laying down these yards
what's
of
it
rolled
call it?
hems. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in years, and she came down because
Wow, we're leaking snacks everywhere.
hey Skits, so the Niners destroyed the Steelers. When the Raiders game is over, I know Hands is gonna be dropped off.
Okay. Oh, I just threw snacks. Oh, Fred, make sure that there's no snacks in my bed. I don't want crumbs, please.
Okay.
Where's that new baby?
Okay, let's see. Those are oh look at Isaiah was the little guy. Okay, so here it is. It's not like hold on, let's set up the pictures though first.
Okay.
This is that weird river walk in Medford, I think it is.
Oh, the Greenway. Yes, yeah.
Gosh, these are forever ago.
Yeah, because that's all like filled with homeless encampments now on the Greenway.
Look how beautiful it is.
I know.
We smoked a J. We had a great afternoon. Oh, we didn't see another soul.
Right.
Oh, hold on. Whoops, Apple. Hold on. Okay. So more greens. A trash can. There's the so.
Oh, look at that one.
And that's in that place. And I should have bought it. It was $85.
Ooh.
Here, hold on. Let me see if I have any. I have a bunch of what's. Let me go back. What's that? Where are my other? Oh, that's right. I went again. Here we go. Here's the next time I went. What is this? Is this the Jackson? It was raging.
The Rogue.
The Rogue. It was raging.
Yes, it is a mountain river. It's cold and dangerous sometimes.
The water was so beautifully blue, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to California, seeing clean water like that. Come on, like.
I suppose you can watch football skits. I'll let it pass this time.
And there's a last picture. Oh, there's Johnny B's. But last picture, is this still around? The giant smoker. It was in some hamburger place. It was the best hamburger I've ever had. It was like in some weird shopping center. Let me see what.
I don't know. I mean, because there's the Rays on the 99. I haven't seen anything like that in a hot minute.
This was in 2015.
I may or may not have known the area for at least that long. Plus some change.
I miss, and there's that burrito. I took a picture of a burrito because it was literally like it was the size of my head. It was so big.
Right.
It was literally the whole plate. I was a tourist. I was having a good time.
No, that's good. We do have good food here because there's good food.
Great food. And I had Chinese food, Thai food, and Mexican food there.
Yes.
But
there's a good Indian place, Blue Royal. They've got a buffet, a lunch buffet. We were going to go yesterday, but we ended up going to the Iron Skillet, which I guess is a chain of like truck stop diners.
I'm obsessed.
That was the best freaking ham cheeseburger at a Greasy Spoon. Actually, at any rate, I think that was the best hamburger I've like ever paid money for in my whole life.
The first time I went to Phoenix, I actually met my friend Julie at the Iron Skillet off the 5.
Yeah, because it's a good spot.
And then we went to her house and we literally came back and ate there.
Right.
Oh, that's funny. Small world, huh? Small world.
It is.
I'm checking. So Spectrum and Disney are fighting. So we have two mega corporations fighting right now, and I had no idea Disney owned half the channels. I'm about to cancel my box. I had a live stream destroyed by my signal was so weak it wouldn't let me back in StreamYards.
Oh God.
I went full Karen on my provider, and then all of a sudden, I have this amazing signal now.
Yeah, but they keep jacking you around though for this. Like, this seems like an ongoing.
It's been since before the bad times, the plague times.
Before the
So we're going on like years of me fighting with Spectrum.
yeah,
So it's just drama. It's just drama.
it
We'll see
is
if I get a decent signal though.
right.
But I'm making my video right now, and I bought a Brother VX 849. My television is talking,
Okay,
and basically my video is gonna be a spectacular one. 'Cause it's been a month since I've made a video. So I have a wonderful sewing machine to show off all the stuff I've been making on all my live streams.
right.
You know, I went to the gym today. I had a good
Good,
old time.
Yeah, been hanging out too much with the neighbor because on Friday night we went over. We watched. What movie? Did we watch a movie? I can't remember. Oh, we did. He's like, "Have you ever seen Fast Times?" And I was like, "Do you mean Fast Times at Ridgemont High?" Yes.
They've
So
never seen him.
no, well, he grew up he's not he grew up in India in Punjab. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
let's see here. He moved here in 16, so he's been here, but he didn't grow up here. So there's some stuff that we get to experience with him for the first time, and
I had a nickname of the real life Spicoli. I heard more than one person say, "Oh yeah, that's sewing, the real life Spicoli." More than one person.
His rolled hem is like not rolled, but whatever. I'll hide it in the bottom. Nobody's gonna know except for us. Yeah, so we watched that, and then this one of his other friends and their two friends showed up, and I was like, "This is not the right crowd. I don't want to hang out." So I came home. I hula hooped. We watched a couple episodes of Dark, and then I put on my poofy orange petticoat and tried on the pink top layer because pins and all, it's not even finished. I got completely dolled up, dressed up, and then we were over at the swings. So we walked over, and I did this like big twirly entrance. They thought I was a zombie because we were right next to the cemetery. So I scared the poop out of them. It was
I love making people jump. I walk quietly, so if I don't have my boots on, I will scare you. I walk extremely quietly.
yes. I don't understand. I don't. Yeah, for some reason I learned how to just have a. It bugs me when people have a heavy gait, especially when they're like tiny humans, but they walk like a herd of elephants. I'm like, you're a dyke. This doesn't fit well with my brain.
Sometimes I feel like they're trying.
Maybe I prefer to be Little Mouse and sneak around. Yeah. So then yesterday we watched this movie, Bollywood show movie called Rockstar, which was pretty good. And
Is that with Lady Gaga?
no, this was a No. This is about a
Okay. Because I haven't seen.
I don't know if he's Kashmiri. The lead female actress was from Kashmir, and yeah, he's a singer. So it is a rock star movie, but
a wispy ghost.
yes,
It is so hot. I'm gonna be glowing. I just put the light on to get a tan. I'm gonna be glowing in here.
I took some time and I put some neutralizing powder on my face. I was like, let's make an effort because I feel like I've been so anxious and jumpy and like not just like off my rocker all week. So I'm like, let's make a little bit of an effort because that's the funny thing that my Indian friends, everything's like, why worry? Like it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, how can you just like? I don't understand. Like I don't know. I've just come from so much anxious, crazy feelings that I don't. I'm like,
same.
What do you think? Like, really, everything's gonna be okay.
Like extremely.
Sure.
Extremely bohemian people make me nervous. What are you so calm for?
Yeah, well, right, because he's not. I wouldn't call him bohemian. Like he's
Kidding. I was
hugely successful business owner. And, oh, right. So we met his friend Amit, not the Hobbit, and this other guy Ray. And I was out till 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, host, don't I? Can't remember the last time where I
I
wasn't
was just
working
about
that I stumbled home that late.
I was gonna ask, that's a party. That's like an all-nighter. You raged. That's a rager.
Yeah, these like late 20s, early 30s chaps. They think they're so young. But that's all right. It was fun. We got to explain the electoral college to Amit, which was great,
Oh.
and how elections work. And I'm
Let
like,
me know. Let me know when that makes sense to you. Because I know what it is and it still doesn't make sense to me. Because California should have more votes than anybody else. Us and Florida. Well, no, whoever has the most people. So it should be us and
New York, your
unfortunately
electoral college
Texas.
votes do have more.
Should be
It is
us,
weighted in your favor.
New York, and Texas. Texas would offset that balance.
Sometimes I don't know. Austin is a changing a little bit.
I've
Austin's like always purple though. I think.
I've been to Houston, and it's the only other county. It's the only other county that's the size of LA County, and it's bigger. I think
Mm-hmm.
as far as people, they
Yeah.
have millions of people that live in Houston.
Yep.
I've been all through Texas, actually.
Oh, I gotta make sure I get up to speed. That little man tried to help me wind bobbins earlier. I was like, no, you do not get to play with this string. We don't do this game around here.
That reminds me, today in the gym, I spent 20 minutes cutting thread out of my rollerblades. That stuff gets everywhere. I should go check my vacuum, but I'm almost embarrassed because once a month I have to come through with an X-Acto knife because it's so chock full of thread.
Oh, yeah, between thread and cat fur and my impressively long hair.
Speaking of which, I cut my beard and I kind of regret it. I should have waited till it was colder because I'm just sweating and sweating and sweating, and it's like
Yeah.
I was gonna do this in the closet, but it's too messy, and I'm embarrassed of that I crashed it just in the matter of like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, mine right now, I literally just like shoved a whole bunch of stuff in it. I'm just trying to like hide things. I'm like, there's not.
But
I realized I only have like two totes of fabric plus what I have on the rolls. But that means I don't have enough room for clothes because then I'm like, it just moved from one place to the next.
I got this material yesterday, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. But
Oh,
it'll
that's
probably
right, because you and your shopping addiction. Oh, come to my hands and make me beautiful.
well, I'm actually saving it up when I go to when I move up north. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And I really didn't go too crazy. I bought this. I did go crazy buying patches. Let's be real.
Well, right, yeah, they're smaller and easier to when they send you with a tub to go down the aisles.
But I tried to buy the whole roll of that microfabric stuff, and the guy came at me with the real price.
Uh,
But it's affordable. But I don't walk around with that much cash on me in downtown.
Fit right, and that seems reasonable.
It is sheer. It is sheer too, Phoenix.
Oh, come to my body.
It is.
Oh, come to my body.
I sat here yesterday with it over my hat talking, and I could notice while, because while we're talking, there's a thumbnail with us talking on it, And
Yes.
I noticed when I had that purple thing on my head, a bunch of people started clicking on to see if I'd finally lost it. I think the purple glittery mosquito net hat would be a thing. Where's my
Yeah.
mosquito hat? Have you seen my mosquito hat?
I don't. Is this like the Indian pith or the pith hats?
I got this for the 99-cent store by my house. This is strangely effective but hokey. It's a net. It's a net
Yeah,
hat.
perfect. Just like for the beekeepers wear.
This thing works though. I've tested this out. This thing actually works.
Oh, that's good. Rumbles, why? I'm live. Rumbles, just play my show. Sorry, folks, I'm complaining, but
This
I'm
thing is
almost up to
awesome.
500 likes on Rumble, though a whole bunch of them are me liking my own videos.
And me too.
Wait, sweet, I appreciate it. Hey, looky, love bug. Here, let me move this. Sit next to
Hey,
Oh,
Gilroy. Yes, yes, Alibaba. It's my
hey!
jungle hat. I love that thing. I love that hat. It's hokey but effective. I love that thing. I'm
Yeah,
all about function. See, I can't even say it. I'm all about
faction. Function.
function over fashion.
It depends.
Would you wear cargo pants?
I have in the past.
I have 2 pairs of cargo shorts, but in my defense, one's like 10 years old, and the other one's so old that the bottoms have completely frayed off.
No, my human continues to buy new cargo shorts, so I can't fault those who wear them. I this is like me. I don't want to look like a cupcake. Me also me. Can I make a giant froofy skirt that turns into a
Yeah.
cupcake? Of like I like I don't like having extra bulky legs and pocket things. But then I like carry a handbag or a bag instead. Let's see here. Alley needed in some areas around here, common going into the swamp fair. They do have their places and purposes, and
I carry a weird amount of stuff. I wear my phone on my hip because I'm over 40. I've accepted that, I've accepted my old man role.
right, it's fine.
But like even this week, I want to take Isaiah out before they lock LA County down.
Oh,
So I'm thinking about going to the Getty or something.
yeah, I know I keep joking about St. John's, but I heard him talking about this like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, okay, call him a quack, but sometimes he's got his finger on the pulse of things.
Oh, excuse me. How far? Oh, are they winning? How far?
Oh,
Let's see how far the Getty is from my house.
I don't know, I've got 7 more yards to get. Or no, I cut 7 more yards of the pink because I counted and I only barely made it around one half of the double circle skirt. So I was like, all right, I can kind of know how much more I need this week. Because all I wanted to do was sew, but I was otherwise engaged this weekend. Prig is looking pretty with her lipstick on. Oh my gosh, what I had to go to the Home Depot to like get some home thingies, majiggies, and they had the Halloween section up. Oh my god, I just wanted to play. There was like little kids who were like terrified of the animatronic scary things. There was one kid who was just like walking with his hand over his face so he didn't have to see it.
Would that be tacky if I bought Santa in the Lou?
Santa in the Loop. Oh, that's funny.
They have one at my local Walmart, and like every year, I walk up and I'm like, they're not going to put that thing back out, and
Yeah.
it's out already.
Oh, that's see. No, we got to get through. No, 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 no.
At my at my local Walmart, they have like ditched the garden section. It's still the garden section. You can still buy seeds. You can still go and buy plants outside, but the rest of the section is all seasonal now.
Mm,
So it's Christmas. It's like half Christmas and Halloween.
okay.
And
Yeah.
the Halloween's already picked through. It's the strange.
Oh, that's well. I guess if people like love to make these giant display feature houses, it takes time, and you got to start early.
Ollie, I have a problem with Halloween candy that I buy it and I can't stop eating it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't. I try not to keep candy at my house. The
I'm
snack
addicted
moment
to
food.
I'm addicted to Twix. I have a Twix, and I didn't even know I liked them, but I love Twizzlers. And I
Oh,
know they're candy. It's not licorice. It's licorice candy. I am addicted to Twizzlers.
the black ones, because the red ones, like red vines, are not licorice.
No, the red ones are addicting. I grew up on old timey candy, and I
I
hate old timey like literal black licorice.
right, but those
My
little violet,
ooh,
the square violet candies, those you can. I would like that for Halloween. A roll of lavender candies, please.
they do the same thing here. Oh, sorry. I'm
Oh, the indoor part of the garden section becomes the holiday section. Crazy. That's all right. If I'm sewing, you can read the chats. It's
maybe I'm
I don't feel like you're steamrolling my show.
Maybe I'm just like whiny, but I remember when we had seasons. Like I'm a Halloween guy. Like I have a ton of stuff. I've been picking it out slowly because it's all in here. I gotta find it. I even put my practice head in the window just to mess with people.
Elliot, those nibs. Yes.
Now I have to look up nibs to see what they are.
They're little. Oh my goodness. I didn't even write a list. I was good. Actually, I think I had some stuff, and I'm like, I have been too stressed out. So let's just have fun and not complain. Though that is funny about they're trying to sue Trump for using his mugshot for merch. I'm like, everybody else is using that. Just
Nibs.
all the sides are like, this is funny.
Oh, nibs are made by Twizzlers. I would be addicted to those. Do you know in the United States of America, if they exhibit your picture, you have the right to do with it the same thing of what they did to it.
Exactly.
Do you know why I know that? Because of Oregon.
That one.
Because in Oregon, when you get arrested, they put you in at least in Portland, they put you in a paper, and every
Now
month
it's online, but
you
yeah,
can go pick it up. I'm old. I lived in Portland 20
yeah,
years ago
when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
when I was still reading the Oregonian kids.
Right. I do too, but I read it online.
I miss physical newspapers. I'm a geek. I miss like physical newspapers.
I there's something about the smell of them. I don't miss the clutter of them. Like I just, like who am I? Like the maximalist, like oh god, I'm not a storage space and me talking about. I don't like clutter. Let's see here. When do you all have turkey and pilgrims? November, the third Thursday in November is
Every year.
the
That's the
turkey
third
day.
Thursday. It's weird.
I know, so arbitrary. Kilray, I think Thanksgiving is a silly holiday, so that never comes for me. Bear, I just love gravy, white gravy, brown gravy, gravy. I just love gravy. I guess I'd even like the how some Italians call tomato sauce gravy. That, but I love gravy.
Same. I make it. I make it from scratch. I have gravy packets. I'm the same. I do not like turkey though. I'm over it. And I've told you a million times for the past couple of years, at least 2 or 3 years in a row, I've made a stuffed chicken.
Oh yeah, we like turkey. Usually we'll just get like a breast or something little. Oh no, it's more for Christmas. We've been having like this fancy glazed duck that just sits in bread. We've been making duck because it's littler.
Ooh.
For some reason, the newspaper ink always rubbed off on my skin and made and made
Whoa.
them a mess. So I kind of don't miss them. The ink did run off everywhere, but I do have some like ancient ones that my grandma used as pattern pieces that I'm like afraid to open to see like what the pattern was because the paper's so brittle. Ah, yes, Canadian Thanksgiving, October 9, Sans Pilgrims. Right. Oh, it happens.
Now you have me thinking, should I go through all the newspaper clippings that I've been in over the years? They're
Well, we have them
stored with
cataloged storedly nicely in a book. Yeah,
my comic books in a environmentally controlled room.
right. They're
They
probably fine. Either keep them or scan them or do, I don't know, they're your shit. You do what you want.
Well, I didn't even know they existed until it was my grandmother who was hoarding newspaper clippings of everyone in the family.
Uh,
And she was a really straightforward woman, but she never told anyone anything, but she was secretly proud of all of us. But she never said a word because she was a really she was old school.
right. I know. It took me a long time, and sometimes I still wish that I had them. For many years, I'd had every program for every concert I'd ever played in.
Heck yeah.
But I, over time, like just recycled them all, like all the pieces I played. But if I, um, oh, there's that one Copeland that's in the beef commercials that I'm gonna forget right now. If I played that, there was like the huge rage in the 90s, early aughts for orchestral pieces. Like, oh, I played it so many times, it was gonna make me crazy. Oh, Ellie doesn't like the stink of newspaper ink. I kind of like it's kind of like warm toner paper. I kind of like it. I always kept out of the public eye. That there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Yeah, I do try to fly under the radar to the best of my abilities.
It is like a sauna in here. Oh. Do you know the gym, between the gym having an air conditioner that never shuts off and my car, next live stream I think I'm going to do from my car.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Rumble, you're making me mad. Oh, it's me. I forgot to turn the stream key on. Oh, I'm the reason I'm not streaming on Rumble.
It's okay.
Shit. It'll go up there later. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be okay. We're
I
gonna
love to smell the fresh sheet out of a laser printer.
I know. Yep.
Oh, look at this. Look at this flower patch. This is all made from scraps.
Adorable.
They're $1 each, and they even tell you that they're made from scraps. All right, this tiger is going to go on the front of here to complete my tiger shirt. I asked the guy too. So I went back to the pad shop, and it's just so interesting. These people are equal opportunity employers.
Yeah.
They have like Compton, Carson, Watts, like any city you could think of, like all the ones they mentioned in rap albums, they have a bunch of LA stuff. I bought this because I want to replace the cat and I'm putting Jesus, but really he looks like he looks like the guy from Princess Bride when they're like, my name is Inigo Montoya. This is the guy who killed Inigo Montoya's father.
Prepare to die.
This is the man with 6 fingers. And everybody from last night's stream is just like, God, let's get over it. I won't.
Not today, kids. Not today.
Oh. Ooh, and I got this too. Hey, Pam. Hello.
Oh, I like that. Hello, Pam. Welcome.
Yay.
We talked about that. If I ever get into the public eye, I have done something terribly, truly heinous. He looks like he's about to eat a meat skewer. Wow, I'm rated an angle where these reading glasses are not helping me. He looks like Johnny Depp.
I can't wait to put it on my vest. When I ride around, like, it's different. When I come off of a motorcycle, no one talks to me because they're terrified. But
and then you open your mouth.
But if they see me, like, in a line at a grocery store or something, they're like, what does that patch mean? Or, like, people are so strange. People are so strange. I can't wait to wear it. Yay. Hi, Pam. What FOF did you need stuff on? Was it the FOF 262? I'm not. I wish I.
Oh,
We know that singer rules LA. I wish I had a FOF. So I have a patch question because I'm really bad at patch placement.
okay.
So am I supposed to? Is there any significance to putting your patch on a certain side, like
Not
a
that
left or a
I
right?
I don't know. I guess I'm not versed in patch culture like that, so I don't know.
Well, even on all American work shirts, the patches are all on the left side.
Mm.
Like the name
Oh,
tag is always on the left side on all shirts, and then the company side is on the right hand side.
that is, yeah.
And I've never won. I own hundreds of work shirts, and not they're literally all the same. They're all different colors, but the name tag is always on one side, and then the company's always. And it doesn't matter
Right,
if
and
it
it's true, and I think it's the same in the military too. Like they're all on the same. Like it's standard, whether it came from that culture. I don't know.
even when I put buttons on, I have to check my vest. I'm like, do they go to the right or the left? Because I don't
It
care.
depends. I know the gendering of buttons. Why do buttons need a gender?
I've always wondered about that. Is it bad if I put my buttons on the right and put the top on the left? Is
Hmm.
that bad? And I own quite a few women's shirts because I wear denim. I wear a lot of denim, and I buy oversized denim. And at thrift stores, they they can't tell the difference between a woman's extra large and a men's large. They're the same shirt, you know.
Yeah.
And so I own quite a few women's shirts that are denim. The only reason I know is because the buttons are on the other side.
Hmm.
No one's ever said a word to me.
I don't think if anybody's steering that close to your buttons and like paying attention, like that, you gotta like have bought me dinner first.
And I've been wearing though my cutoff shirts for over like 15 years,
Mhm.
and even more since I came back from Oregon.
Yeah. Oh man,
Oh, the tiger might be too big. Oh, sweat in my eyes. Oh, I gotta put a hat on.
Loki, you're not the cat I want to give snacks to. Go get your baby brother. Go get your baby brother.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
No, it's
Yeah,
not. Here, have one more snack.
sorry. When you were talking earlier about being cats being graceful, oh, it reminded me of how graceful Odin is. She saunters when
Oh
she
yeah,
sees me. She comes near me now and she loves me because I feed
everybody
her.
else does, but Baloo, he just, oh my god, he rolls and falls over things. It's so hysterical. Oh, this is funny. So we were watching that movie Rockstar yesterday, this Bollywood movie, and was we were finishing it up because Amit has seen it a whole bunch of times, and we had like 20 minutes left, so we finished watching it, and Hewan was talking super loud, and I have this standard joke of like, "You're quiet, you're talking so loud, I can't read the subtitles," and Amit just started laughing. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm like, it doesn't. It just makes me laugh.
I come from a long line of they're not loud talkers, they're screamers.
Yeah, he's just
So I
he
get
doesn't
it.
talk loud. It's more that he's just very loquacious also. So like if I can say something in 5 words, I usually do. And he's like 500, please.
I think my tiger might be too here. I can go with the big tiger on the front of my shirt.
Yes. I know, yeah, that little man was 11 pounds, almost 12 pounds at the vet last week. And he's not up to. I don't think the vet said guessed that he was about a year old, so I don't think he's getting any longer, but he's gonna be a chunko kid.
Aww.
Uh, Be nice, don't cause me any problems. No, we can't get that close. The camera's sensitive. I know. Well,
Aww.
he's had so many snackies. I can't believe that little baloo though. Where is he? Actually, I know where he is. He's probably in the same spot like on the thumbnails. Since I wasn't gonna have a chance, I like haven't found the time, made the time to finish taking off the aux so that I could replace the cord on that other sewing machine. So I just like, all right, just cover it up for right now and just put it away. Because I can't deal with it till at least next week.
Oh man.
Oh man, easy. This.
So
Go ahead.
no, I was just about to go off about the weird mix of people in downtown LA and how it seems to make it work. But I walked in when I bought the purple sequins. This young man was really offended at my godless patches, and I didn't even realize it because I'm in my own little world.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept on saying, like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "I'm great." He's like, "I'm blessed. I'm blessed." And I genuinely looked at him and I was like, "Cool. I need 4 yards of that, please." And it didn't even dawn on me until I walked out. I was like, "Oh, he was trying to,
Right, trying to
cuss me out."
save you.
Like, not today, dude. Like, I'm just here to buy fabric. We could. You want to meet me at Starbucks? We could talk politics. But I don't.
Right, yeah, right.
But I don't drink Starbucks anymore. So you're
No, I don't
SOL.
need like candy flavored coffee. We know most people around here know how I like my coffee.
Well, the problem besides, especially where I live, do you know my drink that I used to drink is now $9.
Holy poop. Yeah, no, just
I
kidding.
could just pop it in the freezer and make iced coffee in
Right?
20
No,
minutes.
I just like mine strong and bitter, or like submarine paint, as I learned from my lovely Chad.
I'm just looking on camera to see how that looks. Oh, that's gonna be fierce with my cowboy hat and my
Yes.
tiger. There are certain cultures that are obsessed with tigers,
Mm-hmm.
and the downtown culture is definitely obsessed with tigers.
It's funny.
I love it because I have scored some of the coolest patches, and they're really obscure ones. Like I would have never ordered that Jesus patch, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so off-putting. It's so strange. Where I'm like, oh, this is totally fits the godless sewing.
Can't be. It makes you uncomfortable, and you have to think about it. And
And you know what? I'm not even here to troll anybody at all. I'm not angry anymore. It's something that makes me laugh.
it's
Something
right,
that
exactly. We need more laugh, more funny.
the world is such in a bad place right now. Like
It's
I'm not here, and that's what trees and Joe got into a fight about politics, and for anyone who knows me, I agree with trees,
I
but
don't. I missed this.
I kind of I kind of sat there and I was like, this is not what my channel's about.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to keep it to what it's about. Sewing mayhem and I never realized how much I gear my life towards sewing.
Right.
So I started talking about it all the time.
Right. Yeah, I need cute clothes, and I hate shopping, and know just enough to be dangerous on a couple of things.
I'm odd bodied, and so I like making my own clothes because it finally wear a shirt that goes that reminds me.
Canned coffee, never, ever, ever. You don't need any canned coffee, Killer Ray. It's all good.
Well, when you say canned coffee,
I
Gilroy,
mean candy. Oh, canned. Oh, okay, now I'm confused.
canned coffee, like there's a few that I've purchased, but they taste dusty. I know that's hard to explain. Like my son bought RC cola, and I told him it's just dusty. It's just dusty Coke, and he's like, "No, it's good." He came back 20 minutes after drinking it, and he's like, "It is kind of just dusty Coke. It's
Well,
off Coke. It kind of tastes like Coke, but it's
it's
off."
cold light, but weird.
Like even the old school cola kind
Mhm.
of tasted like Coke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But RC has a different flavor to it almost.
Like Dr. It's almost like a Dr. Pepper knockoff. No, that's a different thing now. Let's see here, Killer Ray. Oh my goodness. I had to go. I had to go all 1960s NYC cop and tell them to break it up. I was about to start throwing timeouts at them.
It was been a long time since I was like, oh crud, I kind of didn't know what to do at first. I kind of let him have at it, but that's my biggest pet peeve with YouTubers who don't take control of their own chat. I'm like, I've become what I hate. I've officially become full circle, you know.
Mm,
And everybody, and you know what? I'm one of those weird people that feel that everybody's entitled to their opinion, even if I don't agree with you.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
especially if I don't agree with you.
Yeah, because then I just kind of want to hear what you're about. I might still completely disagree with you, but I already know all my stories. I just,
That, that argument was RC does suck, and that argument was a shit show because everyone left. You could see I could watch it in real time as they were arguing. The numbers
and
just went
yeah, you just
you.
everybody was just fleeing to the exits of the circus tent. Like we're out.
Let's be real though. Like I do that if I see like there's been at least twice I was with my son, and it happened when he was a young guy. I took him to Hollywood and there were people fighting. I picked him up and made a left, like I'm out of here. I'm too old for all of this.
Yeah.
No thank you.
Mhm.
It's a little bit different when he's older now. He's smart enough to
Right, and he's big enough, and yeah,
he's literally my size.
right.
RC does I you know it's funny, I didn't even take a sip because I know what it tastes like. I
Yeah,
grew up with someone who was obsessed with RCs and moon pies. I think they're both
yeah. I prefer my marshmallows like freshly off the campfire, and yeah, stale crispy marshmallows are not nice. But do we like our marshmallows barely cooked, golden brown, or burnt to a cinder?
all of them. I'll cook them on the stove like a hobo. I'm obsessed with marshmallows like that. Obsessed.
I don't have a gas hub. I guess I could do it next door. And then there was Joy at the end, who we all assumed left and came back, but they were all like, "Nope, I've been here all."
That was odd when she said that. I was like, thank you so much for staying through this terrible comment. I came back. I think that was the next day. I came back the next day because my stream went down. I like literally was like, I'm sorry. Like, let's try that again. And I only went for 2 hours. I'm like, let's try this again.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let's try to be civilized. And it's not even about one of the reasons I left the Debate Me Bro community is because nothing gets done and you sit there just being angry at strangers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Yeah,
worth it.
I don't got time for that. And I just, oh, I've been looking for my box of needles. They've been here right in front of me the whole time. Okay, I need my screwdriver though.
And you know what? I have love for everybody. Oh my gosh, I am so sweaty. I have love for everybody. You know, I'll be friends with anybody, you know, like as long as you're a cool person and you're not, well, I prefer weirdos, as long as you're not too much of a weirdo.
Right. As long as you stay in the legal weirdo and
Yeah,
not.
yeah. If you're not strange or have a vice, I don't think I could hang out with you because you won't understand my vices.
Right.
All right. And yes, this is once again my box thread. I do not mess around. Do you know what's so funny? I made a video about how there's no difference between cheap thread and expensive thread, and I guess there is, but I will still use the Dollar Tree thread.
If it works, I mean, but
It's because I hand sew a lot of black, and
right. Then why don't you just get a giant industrial spool of black, of nice quality
I
black?
just ran out of mine. It took me 4 years, and there's another one in this room that I think that's why I haven't bought one. It makes me so angry because I had a full spool, and somewhere there's half a spool. It took me 4 years to go through a full spool of just hand sewing on that spool.
Yeah.
It was huge. And I have another one because I have two gray ones, and it bothers me. I've cleaned my toolbox like 4 or 5 times looking for it. It's in
Oh,
here somewhere.
The mystery spools.
And it's poly blend, what's it called? Upholstery thread.
Mm,
So there's no patch that's coming off with that stuff. When you
no.
use
Oh,
upholstery thread, you could like that's some serious thread.
right. Okay, there we go.
It's like literally next to piano wire.
Back in business. Right. Oh, okay. This is fun. I'm having fun. Life is fine.
The breakup stream and then the makeup
Oh,
stream. That was a bad stream.
I feel no need to impress people, so I'll use anything as long as it doesn't break inside the machine. Exactly, Kilray. Hence why I'm just chugging through this giant green for my top thread and my giant spool of gray for my bobbin thread.
Well, that's why I made my video, because I believed everyone was buying all this bougie thread, and then one day I bought a bunch of thread from the Dollar Tree and then some from the 99-cent store, and I saw no difference.
Yeah, the only thing I have like special thread is some of the embroidery ones from my Babylock that I keep saying one of these days we're gonna do a tour because I have in my other space there's I've got 5 sewing machines in a cabinet right now. It's just like I can't, you need to be tucked away. I have to just hide you all.
Welcome to the dark side.
I know. I heard there's cookies. Hillary's used dollar store thread, bougie thread, 80-year-old thread, and it all worked just fine. Exactly.
Do you know why? Also, it's because I believed a lot of the hype of those weird videos on YouTube and I've made some of them. I've made where you're just like, you have nothing to say, so you make like, oh, don't use this, or does the Dollar Tree work with this?
Right. Well, I think it's fun to do those. I've just like I can't use these old cottons on my like on the Babylock because it just runs so fast. So I think I said this before. I just try to pair the age of my thread with the age of the sewing machine I'm sewing on
Not a bad idea.
because they're designed for the same speed in my brain and
That
whatever.
reminds me. Tomorrow I'm thinking about making a hat. I need to bust out either my dressmaker or my Bel Air sewing machine, because they're like almost industrial machines.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna be mopping and sweeping tomorrow night.
Sounds like a potty.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. It's all fine. Not in my new twirly skirt, but maybe I'll wear it to the office. Oh, and then the baby's going on Tuesday morning. I gotta drop him off at the bed at 8:45 for his
Aw.
procedure.
Are you snipping him?
Oh, of course.
Keep him. He wants to procreate.
No, and with the undescended one, if it's in his belly, the same thing happens in humans that they're at an increased risk of germ cell cancers if it's not taken out. So it's like an actual it is completely medically necessary, and
That's right. He's got a bad pair.
he does. Yeah, he's got a uniball that's like giant. Not that well, never mind. We're not going to.
He's like John Kruk, the baseball player.
Yeah, it's so huge. It's so big. It looks like 2, but because I wasn't like palpating his testicles.
He had the human version of that, and they used to call him Uno after a while.
Oh God. Yeah, it's I guess commonly uncommon, but yeah. So he knows the sound of like the dry food container. So like somebody might have been feeding him, but he wasn't chipped, and somebody cared about him a little, but didn't care for him. If
that cat is inside, then that cat's yours.
yeah.
Sometimes I think Odin is double dipping, and I hope she goes to a good home.
Yeah, no, he lives at my house. I joke because the neighbor's got a dog, Leo, and I joke that Leo is my human's boyfriend. So the neighbor is Baloo's stepdad, and Leo the dog is his stepbrother. We've got a complicated family relationship.
Sounds like my family.
But it's funny.
Oh man.
I sent that picture that's in the thumbnail of the creepy ghoul, and I was like, "Hey Vic, I found your girlfriend." oh. Oh, and Baloo, I ordered him his own harness because he went out on in Freya's harness and on the leash the other day just for a quick walk around. But this one is all khaki colored with American flag because Vic is like.
Do you walk your cat?
I try if I'm trying to train him to. Loki
Be
will wear his
careful.
safety harness. We're
Be
not.
careful. You might end up on Black Twitter. Where people are going to say, we don't, Isaiah was a leash baby, and I'm probably on Black Twitter. I took him to Knott's Berry Farm on a leash. I
Right?
took him
Yeah,
to Disneyland on a leash twice.
yeah. No, some kids you just have to do it for their safety, and
Oh, he was a runner and a gunner.
yeah,
I'm,
right,
I'm not talking trash. I'm speaking from experience.
exactly. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, he's so food motivated, except for now that I want him to come visit, and he's like, "No, I'm sleeping."
Oh,
He jumped up on the bed and yelled at me at 8 o'clock this morning. Not Freya will kind of nuzzle, but she doesn't. I don't have like they're not like alarm clocks for food. The big kids, Loki and Freya, but Baloo just jumped up and gave this giant like. I'm like, okay, I'm up. I've only slept for 5 hours, but I'm up now. We can have coffee and food. Loki will just stare at you like he's hungry, but he won't come tell you. He just looks at you across the room and like death glares you.
yeah, we call that the ninja death stare.
He will get up to feed me. I compel you. The power of food will compel you to get up. Let's see.
So what else? What else has been going on? So you know about YSL Polo?
Yup.
Is there
And
any other crazy court cases going on that I haven't been paying attention?
there is. Yeah, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Let's see here, Pam. Oh, loves finding thrifted thread to use. Me too, but I've got enough. No buys for me right now. Hillary, I never get lucky to find sewing stuff in the thrift shop. The only time I got lucky like that was when I found your Athena 2000 for $15. There.
Wow.
Um.
I wish.
So I guess Sarah Boone, the suitcase killer, is getting her 7th attorney.
Oh my gosh! What are these people? Attorneys cost so much money,
Defenders.
huh?
Hers are all appointed counsel
Oh,
or
okay.
have been, and she's, I guess, a prolific letter writer with impeccable penmanship. It like so clear and easy to read.
See, you don't trust people like that. If you don't have sloppy writing, I don't. If you don't write like a doctor, I do not trust you.
So, um,
I scored a free sewing table
I
from my
saw that.
neighbor. I
Yeah,
wish I found stuff really quickly.
yeah.
I never get the only time I ever get lucky at the thrift store, it's always sewing machines. It's never fabric or sewing supplies, but I think it's the area I live in.
Could be. Yeah, it's hit or miss for me, but I mean, I growing living in a theater town and different stuff. There's stuff in the ethers, and yeah, it's really hit or miss. And right now, I'm unless something really speaks to me, like those bags of fabrics remnants from Joann's that I saw a couple weeks ago. I just was like, yeah, you're not worth $15 to me because I take less and have gotten more before.
I do that. I can't even go to fast fashion stores even more. Like I go to this place called DD's Discounts and I buy like discount denim, but I
Mhm.
can't buy their shirts because they're no value to me. I know they're discontinued brands that aren't even worth like $5 and they're selling their shirts for $20 each.
Oh, jeepers. No thanks. 7. Is this, do I only have 7 likes? Are people not smashing the like button for me? no. Oh God, I can.
I'm thinking about taking my son downtown because he told me the other day, he's like, he's never been on that side. He's been to Alvaro Street. All like Chinatown and Alvaro Street are very touristy.
Mhm.
The fashion district is not touristy.
Yeah, no.
It's a business. It's a
It's a word,
business.
right? It's industrial.
Yeah, and you see people making huge orders. People,
Yeah.
like it's a serious side of town.
Oh, that's something funny I saw today. That the fish market in the front of Pike Place Market is getting sued by the market for. I guess they were the fishmongers had been using the logo something related to Pike Place on their warehouse and shipping centers at the grocery store or something. I just skimmed through it and didn't. Oh, seven attorneys. Yeah, Sarah Boone, seven. She's on lucky number seven. And number six was like, she's,
Bonkers.
she's like, she's unrepresentable. But I don't know, like some of them had, so some of them had legitimate conflicts so that they couldn't represent her in the early times. And then her letter writing campaign happened. And it sounds like some of the folks, like, legitimately may have not actually been doing their job for her case. So she, like, even if you did it, we're still innocent until proven guilty, and you have the right to representation.
Confident representation.
Right.
I recently got sued and found a lawyer who literally got the court got thrown out of the case because she was a genius.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got the Nelson laugh and the pointing of the finger because I still do it every once in a while.
I want to go back and watch The Simpsons from the beginning every once in a while. But
I want to go back from when I stopped watching them. Like I stopped watching them in the early 2000s.
yeah,
So are they still going?
I think so, because I haven't heard that they're not still going.
Because
oh, go ahead.
even when I was a kid, I would take a year on, a year off. Because by then we'd already seen every episode, twice.
Right.
And they weren't even in syndication yet.
I heard the baby.
Oh,
Baloo, come here. Come on, baby.
What happened to you, buddy?
Loki, go
There
get
we
your
go.
baby brother.
Oh, my stinky pants were a complete failure.
Oh, were they? They were
So
too sticky to wear, or they just not the
They were slipping when I was sewing, and it just my heart wasn't into it.
Mm-hmm.
Pam told me to stop smoking so much marijuana.
Oh wow, you got it.
We have fun. We've been having fun. It was so my stinky pants were a complete failure.
Sometimes projects are a bust.
Well, the real distraction is that the smell will not go away. So I left them in the shop, and I thought the smell went away. But then when I cut into them, it still had that petroleum.
Oh, gross.
I let the gas out, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, right. They just never off gas. Speaking of, I can use this as a segue. Let me finish Get Killer's comment and then I'll tangent. When even the public defender is like, nope, can't do it, you may as well get on your knees and beg the judge for a light sentence. Yeah. I think is it a death penalty case?
Oh.
And they're like fighting with the experts and this, that, and the other thing. But I just heard that Canada, because of the high levels of VOCs, are getting ready to ban WD-40. So stack up.
Hey, I'll give you a good prize for everybody. Alibaba, I'll give you the real price. Everybody else, I'll give you a good price. I have literally industrial size industrial amounts of WD-40.
Right.
Literally.
Well, because I guess, yeah, even the Canada or the California rated with less VOCs might still be too much. So I'm like, okay.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
I just saw that this week. I was like, oh,
You know what though? It makes me laugh when I see memes when they're like showing all the things that are illegal in California. If it's cancer causing, my state will ban it.
right.
I know Skittles they taste good,
Don't taste the rainbow.
but not in California.
Yeah. It,
And they're banned all over Europe too. And people are acting like Skittles aren't banned throughout the entire EU,
mm-hmm.
which I'm not saying I'm endorsing. I'm just saying,
Right.
I'm just stating
What do they
facts.
know that we don't? Or do we need, can we be free to make our own choices of how we make bad choices?
But it's one of those things. Like I'm allergic to tomatoes, right? But when I eat Totino's pizza rolls, there's no tomatoes in it whatsoever, so I'm not allergic to them because it's all chemicals that taste like tomatoes.
Right.
But some people would say that don't eat that.
Yeah, I am kind of a big fan of food that looks and tastes like food. Oh my gosh. And these Indian dumplings called momos. Momos. God. I can't wait for the paneer ones to show up. Can't like
I am so excited. I'm glad I put this tiger patch on and I quit whining about it. Because if you overanalyze anything, you'll eventually talk yourself out of it.
right, sometimes you just gotta go with your gut instinct and you're like, it's here, we're doing it this way, and it's fine.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see here. Killer, I actually looked up the Canadian legislation and the data sheets for WD-40. It will still be okay for sale after the legislation takes effect. Okay, great. So you can it happens.
There goes my bootlegging dreams. I want to get rich like a Kennedy and be a bootlegger. That's how they started. Their money was running on molasses. No, that's the Godfather. They were running something into Canada.
Oh, right now we're just lighting over migrants. That's ridiculous too. How like the mayor in New York City, all these places are like, we want to be a sanctuary city. Bring us your illegal immigrants and whoever comes into this country. And then now they're like, no, we take that back. We're done with these like what was that from the block part that weird?
You know what though? New York is so scary right now. Like New York is a police state. I need to stop watching Twitter sometimes with those videos because like their stop and frisk would be illegal here. Where I live in California, we tell the cops "ya se fue." We curse them out in different languages. In New York, they have the right to walk up to you and randomly just touch you. In California, the cops aren't even allowed to talk to minors unless there's an arbitrator or the parent is present and allows them to.
Well, I mean, the first rule is don't talk to cops. Regardless.
True. It just trips
Like,
me
am I
out.
being
Like
arrested? Where's my lawyer? I'm not talking, thank you.
New York just scares me. Maybe I just watch too much Twitter and Facebook and and YouTube.
New York's not great. It's funny. Let's see here. Oh, Allie says to Kilroy, write the new formula with the new formula, and you will have to get the real stuff from across the border. Right, so you're gonna have to go visit Buff. Oh no, probably closer to Vermont up there. You just like swim across Lake Ontario and are like, hey, Buffalo.
So I know people have unsubscribed from me saying this, but like lube is just lube. I use WD-40 for my sewing machines. People have unsubscribed to me because of it. But isn't like I have garage door lube. Okay.
Mhm.
If you look at the ingredients, it's the exact same thing as the industrial lube that I have for the machines at my job.
Mm-hmm.
just in a different package, in a smaller package.
Okay. All right. There's lots of heated debate about WD-40. Let's. Okay, the real and it's within the VOC limit. All right, good to know. Let's see. He reminds me of those shut the fuck up guys with the script. Yeah, it. I don't know. Yeah, it. Everything just feels weird that
Perfect.
this like thought crime wrong think wrong speak like I don't know something I feel uncomfortable.
Do you know, as somebody who lives constantly as an outsider, like I just keep my opinion to myself nowadays because I assume that I'm gonna offend everybody. You
I'm
know,
gonna be right. Oh, here this is an unheated. Maybe it is heated. This topic of question, but has anybody used or tried the different um, LED lights, the battery ones with the swan neck for your sewing machine? Because I keep forgetting to like for some reason the new or the new bulb doesn't fit, and I don't have. I need some more light.
no, I haven't. Do you know? I have an insane amount of light. I have half of my lights off in here, but I purposely pointed a bunch of lights towards the table
Yeah,
because some of my old vintage machines, I keep them as is, and some of the lights do not work at
yeah,
all, and I can't see anything while I'm sewing.
right.
That reminds me, I'm about to pull my dressmaker out and see how she works. She might need to be lubed up. And yeah, I said she. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You can gender. You can call your machine
I've
whatever you
been
want.
I got I bought head cleaner for my VCR. So
Uh
I've been
huh.
watching a lot of like the original series movies of
Hmm.
Star Trek, and they constantly refer to the ship as a woman. So
Yes. Yeah. Well, isn't it bad luck in the Navy, and it seems like the Air
yeah.
Force too. Like your your craft needs a name, and it's usually a lady.
And in the Air Force too, in a weird way. At least back in the day. Like all the old school names were women's names. Like even the
Yeah.
Enola Gay she
Hmm.
was a real person.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, this fits perfectly. This is one of my old work shirts that has a giant tiger on it now.
Ooh, you're so fierce.
I need to iron the collar though, and needless to say, it'll happen in someday.
I know. I wanted to. Yeah. Get it. Why is this foot falling off? My feet are falling off.
I have yet to purchase an outside light for a sewing machine. So they sell battery powered lights for sewing machines, huh?
Well, I think they're just battery powered LED lights that people like. Some of them are like the old desk lamps with a clip, and some of them just stand independently.
Because I was like weirdly addicted to buying those weird USB lights. They're
Yeah,
so cheap from the 99-cent store. I have so many.
I know, and I only have so many USB ports, and I've got ones on this surge protector, but the USB like it's such an old one that the USB doesn't work. It doesn't work. That's the end of the story.
Yes, some are magnetic.
Ooh. Ooh, magnet. Oh, okay. Let's see here. I want to try a new light. Kilroy. They make magnetic LED lights for
Ooh.
lathes and mills, and those work just fine. They have the same problem where they use
Oh,
one inconvenient light. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, all right. So maybe as if I wasn't just done ordering stuff off of Amazon. I knew I should have tried one of these lights.
that reminds me. For everyone who heard my Karen cry yesterday, my patch arrived today safely, and I'm a crybaby.
Aww.
And now I'm getting a video converter that I hope works on Wednesday.
Okay. Are we converting videos to digital formats?
Yay! Thank you, Ollie. Just the manual I needed. Awesome. Yay, that's what we're here for.
You said
We're here
professor.
for
I was going to go with Grand Vizier of Sewing, or the Grand Pumbaa.
I like that. The Lord Sewing. He could be. I'll totally be a Sith. I'll be Darth Maul. I love that movie. I
Darth
love that. I know. Do you know what's so funny? Like, I love a lot of the villains in movies where I'm like, that guy's cool. That guy's really cool. That's what we're here for, though. We're here for the community, and like, I've learned so much stuff from Alibaba. It's not even funny.
Yes, I know it's it's amazing. Oh, you're right, because I got Baloo his harness. I ordered a set of 5 new reading glasses that are cat eye shaped with different colors since I become that human where I need reading glasses everywhere. Darth Manual. That's good.
Oh, that's gold. I like that Darth
All right,
Manual.
Ellie,
If you look
aka
up,
Darth Manual.
if you look up magnetic LED light for lathe, you can find a whole bunch of them. Lots of them have dimmer knobs on them.
So sophisticated with my new lighting choices.
So if anyone wonders why I keep ordering these patches, is because I don't know how to spell the word, and so I put it on the front of my shirt for when I'm doing paperwork. I can look down and see how to spell it.
Right? That's like trying to spell Canandaigua.
Do you know what's so sad? And I'm joking when I say I can't spell California, but when I was a kid, I used to always wonder why Mississippi was on the spelling test. And recently, I had to write the word Mississippi. I knew how to spell it.
Mississippi.
I went back to my training, man. We ship a lot of stuff and receive a lot of stuff, and I have to do paperwork and track everything at my job.
Ooh, you can get the machine working with the decorative stitches.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yes. That's what that reminds me. I need to pull my dressmaker out. It does not have any cams. If anyone knows where I can find dressmaker cams, I'm looking for them.
Okay. I'll keep my at the cook when I go randomly.
I'm supposed to.
Oh no, I am on this. Wow, I'm just my nervous. I'm just still like hyperreactive and jumpy at like every noise and twitchy and glitchy, and I'm trying to not be.
I know how that is. But every weekend when Isaiah goes to his mom's house, if I hear anything in my backyard, I get all scary berry. Because I'm alone, and I'm like, in my head, I know I'm alone.
Oh, that's okay. Let's see here. Ellie says most of the time it's just oiling the pivot point on the mechanism and the cam finger that rides the contour of the cam. Oh, do you have one of these like dial stitch that it comes with the ones that have the circle with the stitch and you like dial it up and do all these nibby things? Killer, you just need to listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger say California a bunch of times. Ellie says you should message Sanford on Facebook. Straight and zigzag works great. Perfect. Well, if you got those, you're golden. Anything else is bonus.
We've already had this conversation. I cannot. It would be a lot of money for me to like ship sewing machines home from Michigan. We've already had this conversation.
No, I think the discussion is to just ask if he's got the cams that you're looking for.
I know, but I want everything he owns.
I don't. That's outside of my tax bracket.
I have to stop. Like when I saw him, one of the reasons I talk about him so much is because I use him as an intervention. Because I could easily turn into that man. But there's quite a few machines.
Why are those machines? Like, are these like HVAC places or like sewing vac stores, shops that have like gone under, and he just like buys their back stuff?
Yes, he's bought a few stores.
Okay, because that's the only thing that I came to me one day. It was like, how does this even happen?
But you have to have the cash in hand and be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I sincerely, do you know what? It's so sad. I bet I can find someone closer, but like every time I watch his videos, I'm like, the only person that can help me is a man in Michigan with half of the machines I have.
This is okay, Pam. When your machine, when you get it all squared away with, I think it would be super fun to do a head-to-head comparison of the different stitches of that versus like what I've got for my Singer, and see how they work, how they look. I'm curious. Yep, that's for the cans. Let's see here. Kilroy, just open up an account with Union Pacific and get group orders. And Pam, also the manual has the plates to oil for the throw of the needle bar and for
Oh
that
man,
part that controls the zigzag. Awesome.
this guy's a bit dusty.
Well, as long as it's not too crusty, well, you're good to go.
Oh, excuse me.
Erectations.
Usually, I'm really good at holding those things
It happens.
because I'm like drinking the proper amount of water, and my body's like, "Are you actually taking care of yourself?"
I did too, but I was so anxious this morning. It did not sit well.
Well, I went skating today, so I had to drink a ton of
Yeah,
water.
yeah, it's hot. You got to stay hydrated. Okay, there's the end. Okay, only a gajillion more, and then we will get to the roofing part.
Oh, I forgot that though. They're now the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, it's so lame.
I forgot about. I'm like looking up. I'm like, because I guess
Why
this guy
why
got it.
can't I find the Redskins?
Well, like they're in a locker room, and I'm like, is this college football? Like, what am I watching? Because I don't
Oh,
recognize the uniform.
yeah.
All right, here we go back to presser foot purgatory.
Yeah, we'll go back to have what's my feet do.
I just
We need another only feet video.
people would make like Fred would make fun of me if he saw my giant rat's nest of cords in here.
Yeah, I know I've got the presser foot for the Eldridge Lake in this room somewhere. I'm like, oh, that machine's in like super purgatory.
Hopefully it's oh there goes my plate. This is one of my million coffee plates I keep around for my coffee. I try to be civilized
Yeah.
and keep coffee on a plate.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm bougie.
Let's see here. Allie's laughing, gone skating, and I immediately think, wow, expensive freezing all of that in 95 degrees. Ah, right. Yes, we are not at this ice rink. I think Commanders is a cooler name than the previous one. Fair. And he would, let's see here. Allie says godless, he would say he's been there, and then he's been there. Yes. I've been there, and there, and there, and everywhere.
I have. I'm well traveled. I quit talking about it because people get resentment. People hate you when you have a passport.
I need to.
Wow, I found what I was looking for. Miracle.
I'm just excited about the possibility of at some point in my lifetime going to India with somebody who's from India and has family there and just like eating and shopping. And their family's in the textile trade and does
Oh my gosh.
embroidery for things. So I'm like, oh, I've met my Indian family.
I would want to go visit all the YouTubers I follow over there.
Yeah. Yes. The yarns, the cord snarl of cordiness.
Oh, my cord mess is embarrassing. And the sad thing is, this isn't even all of them. I have a rollaway with nothing but cords in it. It's 4 full drawers of just cords.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah,
that one's
what point
more.
do you decide that for the ones that are universal, do you need all of them?
See, that was the idea. All of these ones are the ones for the machines that are within reach. and all the ones in the toolbox are like all my touch and sews, all my stylist ones.
Yeah.
Because every year Singer would add or take away a plug. Like
Oh, that is so.
like this. This has 6. It's so dumb. Certain ones have 3. Like so, every year you'd have to have a different plug for it. They did that on purpose for people like me.
Wait, you will buy a new one. Miracles do happen. I hope so. I'm down for this one.
I'm just trying not to break any of them because some of these feet are really delicate.
Right? Yeah, the Bakelite, the ones with the Bakelite, like there's no replacing some
Oh,
of those things.
the ceramic ones too. Oh, there is a new season to The Simpsons. I'm looking at the commercial right now. That's ironic.
Well, now is the season. Ooh, but dark on Netflix. Pretty good. Oh, there's the food alarm. Don't say water.
I just want to see what season it is.
Like almost 30.
They have this great commercial because football's on, so you get really cool commercials. But I just want to see what season. They're showing all the highlights from the season. They're giving away the entire season, basically. It's like a 2-minute commercial.
Can you bring me the baby? I'm gonna see if I can get the baby. Bring me the baby. The baby.
Of course.
Not the rapper, the baby.
Alexa, how many seasons has The Simpsons been on TV?
There have been 34 seasons of The Simpsons.
Oh, I'm
The
old.
Simpsons season 35.
Alexa, thank you.
My pleasure. Just doing the job.
34
Hope you
years.
enjoyed your weekend.
Aww.
Thank you. Oh, don't, you can't go that way. Don't knock the camera.
Aww.
Say hello, Bolo. This guy loves to bake biscuits.
And
Oh.
miracles, yes, they do happen, Alibaba. Oh, man.
Look how cute you are. You're so handsome. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. You've got the funniest face.
Okay, now I gotta unplug my brother cord.
Same with South Park too. Some of those like cartoons. Yes, your fans that you didn't know you have say hello, hello. Yeah, look at this bag you chewed. Oh, are you going to show off your one?
The Simpsons have been on for too long. I haven't watched The Simpsons in like 20 years, Kilroy. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Aw.
His name is Baloo, Ballu, or Hindi for boy cat. His stepdad was very creative at naming him.
Do you know what's funny? I still watch Gunsmoke, Kilroy. It's on one of the off channels here. Oh, man.
All right, you can't go under the sewing machine. I know this is your first time seeing a sewing machine. Yep. You going to be helpful or unhelpful? You tried to help when I was winding bobbins. I know. I don't want you next to the motor. You can't get your paw sewed.
Aww.
Yeah, he is just
He's
meant to be a house cat. He's quieted down significantly since a week ago, where I think from Sunday until, let's see here, he went to the vet Tuesday, because Monday was a holiday. Wow. Yeah, Sunday and Monday, huge talking. Tuesday he was quiet, but he had 2 vaccines, so he slept the whole rest of the day.
Yeah, drugs will do that to you.
I know, he does have a long tail, and I don't know if he's going to get longer, but he's definitely going to get rounder because he's got an inch of extra skin on his back. He's still super skinny in his haunches, but we're slowly refeeding. The cat can fit under I bet the cat could fit under the machine also, and he would probably enjoy hanging out watching everything, but that makes me scared. I keep having to make sure I unplug this machine so nobody like presses the knee bar and causes them issues. But all right, this ruffle is not going to hem itself.
All right, let's see if this works.
All right, do we hear it? Do we hear it?
Oh, I had to sit down first.
Okay.
I have my giant Golden Girls chair. I got to drag over.
Hey, I know. Actually, I need to tighten up the knee bar because it was like limp. I tried to push it up and it did the bench to hold it in place. I'm like, oh. Let's hear. They can sleep in a box a third of the size of the cat, and they can fit under the machine. I'm sure. Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. I love all the pictures of like the videos of the cats who are like getting into glass bowls and different things. Like if I sits, I fits.
Cats are liquid. You should look it up. I love that. Why does this thing always get crooked? Good grief.
Oh yeah, so his harness, it's got the America flag patch, and then on the other one, it's like or something. I was like, yes. Maybe he'll figure out that streaming time means some extra snacks and some funness. But he's been in the house a whole 7 days today,
Aww.
and he's generally getting along with everybody.
Oh, that's a beast, and it's angry.
Yeah. Please, can I have some lubricant?
Dun, dun, dun. Where's my WD-40? I've been moving it around because I don't want my WD-40 near my sequins.
Good choice. Yeah. I know I keep mine oil on the floor, but probably the next time I. Oh, she probably needs some more oil. It's been a while. Because I didn't make a list. I just like been prattling like a crazy kid. And I even have a song. But I think next week I need to finish off. I've got like a orange strip of sequins I need on the poofy pants, and to finally like figure out the closure and just get that project done. It's like staring at me from the closet, like, why you cannot start anything new until you finish me, please. And
That's why I edged that sweater yesterday, because I was like, I can't go make a video with an unfinished jacket. Like, I have to finish this.
yeah, and I know sewing the flowers on my cape for September. I don't even think that's gonna happen. It feels like September's already like over. I can't deal with it right now. It's just on my wall looking pretty. I'm gonna run out of bobbin thread soon. Get to the end. Nope. Oh, nope. I just ran out of bobbin thread. I knew it. It's helpful when I learn the sound of when we're getting towards the end. And it tells me.
Huh.
Okay. I think I just sweeped up. What?
Oh, this thing is a beast.
What did you just roll over? It sounded like something broke, or did you run over a pin?
Oh, no, I hit my Stanley Cup
Oh, okay.
with my microphone stand.
Okay.
Much like me, it sounds way more dramatic than it really is.
I was like,
Oh, this thing, this is an extremely powerful machine. It's loud, but I used to do leather work on this 2 or 3 years ago.
mm-hmm.
But it was just, I grew out of that phase.
Yeah. Well, it just gets expensive and hot after a while.
Oh, leather is ridiculously expensive. And I like to eat food, and leather pants aren't made for people like me anymore.
No.
I have a pair. It's embarrassing the fact that I used to fit in those things. Oh, it's rattling my entire table. I'm like, why is everything moving? Because this thing is literally rattling my entire table.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, these nips that are too big. Where did I put my...
Family down, family down.
No.
I love having something that's metal. I can put it in my car. It clinks around. Like, I love that.
I got a big cup too, but the other day I was driving and it was in the cup holder completely full and it like must have not been seated correctly and it just flew over the front of the devices. I was like, oh, now I just spilled 30 ounces of water all over the floor of my car. Yeah.
I've been doing that lately with my coffee. I almost bonked it last night on the floor.
That is terrible. I gotta run. I need to go and get my other screwdriver. I need a screwdriver because something's funny. I'll BRB.
No worries. No worries. This is, I don't remember what year it is. It's a 1960s dressmaker. I absolutely love this thing. Let me switch my angle. This was probably like the third or fourth video I made about a sewing machine. I could probably tell you the exact day I purchased this thing because I made a video about it. I bought this. I was so excited to get this thing home. This actually is what began my love with Japanese clone sewing machines. Ooh, it already has the leather needle in it too. Good. It's slowly starting to sound better. Slowly. This was definitely one of those machines that, so a long time ago, for anyone who doesn't know, I was kicked out of a group on Facebook for putting stickers on a sewing machine, and this is one of them. I have back behind, I have shelves of sewing machines, and at least 6 of them have stickers on them. There's a Cellulite model after that machine. Oh, that's so funny. So they're going retro. I love this machine. I'm biased towards this machine and my there's another one. I love this thing. This thing works better than most of my modern machines. Still to this day, I can bust it out at any time and use it like it's brand new. I think the Japanese clones look better than the thing they were cloning, and they work better too, Kilroy. As a singer aficionado, I'm man enough to admit a lot of the clones worked better.
Oh, you can't eat the cords. There's no cord eating around here.
Oh, my dog Cleophas did that when he was a puppy. He ate a PlayStation cord to age myself.
Oh man. Oh. Stinking reading glass. You want to come sit with me? There's enough room on the bench for both of us. Come on, big boy.
I just stickered up my typewriter today, and I'm sure some snooty typewriter people will tell me to die if they saw that. I was so shocked that people cared. I have been cursed out over whatchamacallit, over this. This one's extremely stickered up. But I use these. These ones I'm gonna be buried with like Tutankhamun. Right. You're gonna find me surrounded with sewing machines. Instead of tattoos, I put stickers on sewing machines.
Ooh, you are just in there. Are you coming or what? Okay.
I'm shocked that like the light still works on these things after 40 or 50 years.
Right. Oh, throats. Oh.
See, this was the kind of stuff I'd find at Ventura. Freaking Ventura was a honey hole, but I just don't get out there anymore since they ripped me off for $5,000.
Right.
You know, regardless of how you feel about the system, we can all agree that quota systems need to go.
Can't. Hey, be nice. No fighting. Come on, for your friffers. I don't want hissing and spitting. Unless it's me.
I can't believe I still haven't turned all my lights on in here. They're just kind of on. It's hot today.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyways.
I'm going to let this one soak for a while. I want to start making hats again.
Oh, that was...
I want to make one giant Erykah Badu style hat.
Right. Oh, my gosh. Right, because you only need one of those, and storing it afterwards is going to be a problem.
I know. I was already thinking of a place in the middle bedroom, like, where can I put this thing where spiders won't try to hatch into it? They love felt.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Well, oh, my... Okay.
Older machines were made to last. Absolutely, Pam. This dressmaker is a beast. I love this. And I have my grandmother's old Bel Air. I know for a fact that my grandfather purchased that thing from Sears in the 1960s, and it still works like it's brand new.
Please do not unthread my sewing. Okay, fine. Go through. No.
Find my rags.
That's cattails and treadle pedals also don't like each other. I have heard so many stories of cats getting tails hurt. Oh, that's terrible. I try to practice safe cat sewing. Hey, are you showing off your asset?
No, not completely. No, it's just side cat. On the other one, we can't see. It's not that kind of show cat.
Right.
Oh my gosh, one of the best Zoom. If you ever get bored, look up cats in Zoom meetings. And this one young lady was like, the cat just went full backside, and she's like, I don't know what to do. Oh, I was dying. In that video.
One of the legal shows we watch, he does streams, and this one call that he was watching, the guy was like, and then the cat jumped on my wiener.
Oh, Lord.
It's like, whoa, God, what's happening? What are you doing, Baloo? I know you're... Yeah.
I know I haven't turned you on in a while, but we're still friends. We used to hang out all the time. But then
live stream.
But then I bought, the rest of the fleet. This one was the beginning of my fleet. Like I am man enough to admit, when I first started off, I had 11 sewing machines before I started buying a bunch. And this one was number like 13 or 14. So the early machines, because I didn't know what I was doing, every machine I bought was a total score.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know. As long as it wasn't a Singer, I would buy it.
Right, and then they all became duds.
Well, the newer ones are duds. I learned, like the newer white ones, if they're in the store, they're there for a reason. Leave it,
Right. Yeah,
the
we did
90s.
have a little cat earthquake. He's, oh my God. I moved him too close to Freya the other day, and it's a good thing. He sat and let Human cut his nails already, like on Monday or Tuesday. He smacked me. His paws are so strong.
Sammy's gonna be huge.
Yeah, he's gonna be round, that's for sure.
That's like, I figured out it's not a stray, it's my neighbor's cat that comes and eats the food sometimes.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna be a tomcat. He's gonna be huge. He's a kitten and he has long legs and he's bigger than Odin already.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a big one. Oh, Kilroy, I know I haven't turned you on in a while, but we're still friends.
Yeah, I talk to my sewing machines. I'm a crazy person. I admit it.
Like a lot of Welcome to long-term relationships.
Sure. Oh. I feel bad. It's because I watched Toy Story too many times when Isaiah was a little guy.
Yeah, that's when I don't know, when I got to a certain point, didn't have any small humans living with me, and I was just like, kids shows just feel weird to be an adult and watch them. I don't know.
I had this conversation the other day. I still haven't seen the Teen Titan movie. We watched the reboot on the Cartoon Network from its inception, and then Isaiah walked with me one day and he's like, "I don't want to watch cartoons anymore." And my heart went and I said, "Okay." And inside I was crying. I was like, "Oh, I can't justify watching cartoons anymore."
I know. Those were fun memories of being little watching cartoons with my dad.
Oh, I had some great times watching cartoons with that kid. And that was right before people like everything got super political. So they were just cartoons.
Right.
Before like whatever side you're on. This was before, and I'm talking about like the kid was born in '09, so it's not like it's that long ago.
Right.
Well, to anyone over 40 or anyone over a certain age, it's not that long ago.
Exactly, because what is it going to be? Can't believe tomorrow's 9/11 already again.
Happy birthday to my brother. Your birthday is completely forgotten. He told me, he's like, people don't even call me on my birthday. Like they just like, because they're thinking about other things
Right.
than my brother's birthday. But he was born on September 11th in 1972, I think.
Details.
I didn't say his name. We don't get along. I'm just being nice.
That's right. You're wishing him a happy birthday tomorrow. Even
Exactly.
that's about to happen.
But you know what though? Like it's weird. If you look up your birthday, you're probably born on an infamous day or somebody famous. Or if you look up the day you were born, you'd be surprised.
Right. Yeah.
Just don't ever answer that on Twitter. They're trying to get your credit information.
Well, there's so many things that people are like, do it. I'm like, do not answer weird Facebook, Twitter quizzes like that. They're just.
When people ask me how old I am, I don't even tell them a direct answer. I just say I'm in my early 40s. I don't even tell them how old it's weird to me. Hands isn't allowed to show his face on YouTube. Like I have rules.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, because people who have their kids that was it this week, last week that was she a Mormon? That what is it, Ruby?
I saw the story. Okay, so she's from Utah.
Yeah, and it's like a super bougie upscale neighborhood within a gated community, and like
I'm so
for kids.
Let's take a moment to point out the fact that I actually know what Phoenix is talking about. I saw a story about this. All this legal stuff's been popping up, and I'm clicking on it and watching it, but she's never getting out.
No.
And there was so much interest in the trial that that the judge couldn't speak to either defendant. It's her and another lady, the bougie lady and the child psychologist.
Right. I freaking had another. No, this is not. Never mind. I still don't know.
I actually watched that before this because I do not sleep at night. Because they're popping up because I've slowly become obsessed with that YSL Polo guy because the younger generation, like, they're so different from how we were, man. They're so different.
They are. But you know what's hysterical about the YSL Young Thug case? With all of those RICO things, it's been, what, 6 months and they haven't even selected a jury, and they think that Georgia, Fulton County, is going to have Trump's 19 defendant RICO case over in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, what?
There's a bunch of cases that RICO that have been going on forever. And the only reason I know this is because of Black Twitter, and they're all weirdly connected. So it's just like, because I'm old. I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Twitter and people talking about it, and let's keep in mind, I'm literally from the Valley of Los Angeles. Like, what do I know about Georgia rappers, But
exactly.
I think the people on both sides who have made everything political have dug their own graves. People who are tired of it, nobody cares. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's Ruby Frankie and what is it? Her sister or her sister like somebody else. What's this channel? 8 Passengers.
It was a big
Name of her
deal.
channel.
And like I watched the story, people were coming all from around Utah, like and it's the same here. Like all legal proceedings are open in LA.
Yep.
If you get a seat in the court, like they used to do that at my job. We would take the clients to the local court case, to watch all the local.
Right, exactly. You have to
It's
learn stuff.
it's interesting to watch people. It's interesting to watch people.
It is, which is great when they made it even more accessible in the different jurisdictions that had their Zoom court on the court YouTube channel.
That's weird to me too. The whole Zoom court thing is so like. I really never dealt with court like that, so it's so interesting for me to like when I watch it. I'm like, oh, everything's so electronic now. You don't even have to go in front of the judge. Like,
What's so funny, there was, oh my gosh, this same lawyer, it's Law Talk with Mike. His channel's pretty funny. The clips he pulls up of like, oh my god, the guy with the backpack was that was a little much. But,
oh,
what?
oh, I have to change it. The Masked Singer is on.
There was this lady waiting for her case, and I can't remember the jurisdiction, but she's got her freaking the court's in recess, the judge isn't present, and she's like smoking a cigarette, making out with her boyfriend during her court during the waiting period.
Yikes!
And we're like, how much? Like, there was quite the heavy petting happening. It was like, oh god. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that her name's come around. Let's see here. Killer, the system can move fast when it wants to. The problem is 99.999% of the time it doesn't fare. Yeah, things are tough.
Even like with Tory Lanez, the only reason I know about Tory Lanez is because he was on trial here for how long?
Yeah.
Like he was in our news. Like I was eating my cornflakes. They were talking about this young man.
Oh, what's up? Amber Heard with his new crutches. Like every time, like she stops being relevant, she's like, "I can take a new injury." Like, what even? I don't know.
That's an old boy. That's old school. That's old school. You feign an injury for sympathy, and it works sometimes.
Yeah, I cannot
That's
believe
old school.
still feels like are so trauma bonded to her bullshit lies. Like, oh my god.
Who's that? The Theranos woman? I think that's her.
Oh, Elizabeth Holmes.
She's supposed to go to prison. She's had 2 kids.
Oh no, she is in prison, and
she's finally gone to prison.
Yeah, she had to. No, they made her go in April.
Oh, okay. I recently watched a video of someone going off about that. They were like, and they were 2 women from Oklahoma. They were like, this woman has had 2 kids. One was actually a family lawyer, and she's like, how is this legal? Because anywhere else, if you got to go to, if you have a turn-in date and you don't turn yourself in, you're cooked. Your goose is literally cooked.
Like, you don't get to leave the belly.
No. Every state is different.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So it all depends on where you live.
Yeah.
I live in an extremely, I don't even know how to say it. California, in a lot of ways, they do mess around, and in a lot of ways, they do not. So depending on what you've done, or if you're famous.
Right. Or as long as you steal stuff under $989 or whatever it is, under $1,000. I like that guy who. Oh.
I almost spit my coffee out when you said that.
I usually get that reaction at least once a stream.
Oh my gosh! I almost spit my. I recently watched this thing where this cop in San Francisco was like, "Look, like Walgreens won't prosecute people. Stop coming here with your cameras. Y'all are making us look bad. Like there's nothing we can do." And he's like a beat cop.
It's so dumb. I like the one shop owner who was like, had everything, the ticket price says $989 or whatever it is, and then he gives you a coupon up at the front. That's good. That's good.
I saw this one where this guy was trying to smash and grab, and a family of jewelers jumped on the guy.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're not taking my nest egg. If
Oh,
somebody stole my generator, I would kind of be SOL. If somebody like if there's certain things that they stole, like I'm not replacing that thing right away. It's worth a couple grand, like a couple lots of grands.
yeah.
So I get it. I get it. And they mess with like back when I had my paint gun, like when that was my only job, if you'd stole my paint gun, that's my livelihood.
Right.
I had a paint gun that you would literally put in the giant 5-gallon buckets of paint. That
Mm-hmm.
was my job. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if that disappeared. What am I going to do? Roller someone's house?
Like back in the old days. Come on, it's not like it's new.
I know, but that's like a month job in a week. Something, you know what I'm saying?
Something I learned in that I didn't. Back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, there was a period where I worked retail in a pharmacy, like CVS or right, whatever it is. I can't remember which ones, but and I remember like the different distributors like Coke, Pepsi, Lay's, whatever, would they do their shipments, and then the register kids or the managers would stock all the shelves. Well, I guess now all the, at least before the world went crazy, the distributors were the ones who were doing all the shelf stocking. So the clerks just worked at the did the cash register stuff, and now they're not doing a good job or not doing it when people are complaining. I was like, that's how it always used to be. I didn't realize things had changed.
Here we have it depends on the product, but like it's not rare to see the Pepsi guy setting up the whole display.
Right, I know that's so weird to me.
We still, as a matter of fact, there was a Doritos guy making all the Doritos products look better than everything else in the store. Because I go to the same store over and over.
I'll just take the flaming hot Cheetos guy.
So many tools getting stolen up here. That's why I don't like going to the swap meet. It's depressing when like
Yeah,
somebody like okay, so I almost bought a $20,000 pipe bender for $100, but then I was like, no, because if someone runs the numbers when I'm on the job site, they'll obviously know this thing's stolen.
yeah, you can't have that on here.
I'm still mad I didn't buy that thing.
What?
It's on the list. Like, there's a Singer cabinet I let Isaiah talk me out of,
Yeah,
and it was old too. Like, I'm still mad.
I know. I saw somebody was selling like a six-drawer Singer cabinet or something, but I want to go back up to the restore because I needed an interior door because look, blah blah blah, all the shenanigans going on. And there was a old-fashioned vanity station that had three big drawers, two little drawers, a beautiful mirror with a stone top, and spots for candles on the top.
Oh,
That's $200. I'm like, I go there next weekend because in my head I already know where I'm going to put you, and I need to wear clothes because I'm running out of space. Why, hello,
the
hello, Baloo.
the pop and chip guys have always set up pop and chips display where I'm at.
Hmm.
Same with the bread guys. We have bread guys here too.
Yeah, I see that now, but I don't remember like in the 80s and 90s it being that way unless I
Do you know
wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
I've had every crummy well, no, it's a job is a job. I've had every job you could possibly think of, but I've never worked at a grocery store.
Hmm.
I've had every
Oh, you've done enough
weird
damage
job.
to this bag. You are gonna get some more food and oh god.
I even worked at a convalescence home, and guess what my title was?
Head loony bin master?
Cigarette monitor.
Oh,
I'm mad because I let my sister take that name tag. My sister was like, "This is the most legendary name tag ever. I want this." I was like, "Go ahead," but my name tag said cigarette monitor on it, and I had a tackle box, and like
you had
they
your ports, your camel straights, non-filtered, the Mars.
they all smoked these weird off-brand.
Wow.
They were either rollies or they were off-brand.
Yeah.
and I had a giant tackle box, and everybody had a certain amount they could smoke during the day. I
Yep.
was the most popular guy there.
I kind of miss going to the res and getting the smoking Joes.
I smoked Trues. I smoked Merritts. I smoked. Which
Yep.
ones had those weird charcoal filters? I smoked all kinds.
Oh yeah, he's like snackies. I like me snackies. I'm so skinny. Look at how skinny my butt is.
Aw.
He's got the such. This is the first cat who's broken up my monochromatic color scheme. For 20 years, I've had all white, all black, or some version of black and white.
So
And now I've
funny.
got the golden child. He's still got black and white on him.
Odin is like my version of Salem. I feel like Sabrina the Teenage Witch around here, hanging out with my black cat.
Yeah. Oh, didn't you do enough destruction to this bag? It's like hardly exists.
I'm so glad I got this machine going. Oh, kitties. Oh.
Okay, well, okay, more snacks. Hold up, Baloo, stay here. I'm gonna have to like dust all the cat snacks off my sewing machine.
Sewing machine tables were made for coffee cups, cats, and every bad decision that you're ready to make. That's why I laugh whenever I buy a table and I see a coffee cup ring. That means that person put that coffee cup in the same place over and over
Yeah,
and
they
over.
love, right, this is where they sat and had their sewing station. Okay, you should probably have like real dry food and not just have a dinner of snackies. So I'm gonna put this into my Utila pocket for later.
Oh man, you know it's only been a month, but I feel like it's all old school because I'm gonna finish making a video after this. But it's only been a month since I've made a pre-record. But YouTube hates me right now.
Oh, how do we open this bag up again right? This is not a cat-proof bag. Do a line off the sewing machine table. I think the boys are definitely doing that. Yeah, we're gonna get clicker trained. You're gonna jump through hoops for me? I like cats who do tricks.
Holy cow.
What?
Hey, to the 42 people who have watched my stream since it aired last night, you're awesome. I guess I should have kept going.
I know. I was in and out, and then
I get talked out. When I start stammering, I have nothing to say. It's time to go, and because
right.
I could talk all day, but when I run out of stuff, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's better to know when to pull a show early rather than to let a bad show continue.
Or say something dumb because you feel like you have to keep talking, and you're like, I like tortillas on a Tuesday. Like we all know that. We get it.
The Taco Bell and Taco Tuesday. I haven't caught up with that one in a while. Already 2 people watching 4 hours of bullshit. Oh man!
I'm telling you, there's 42 heroes right there. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, no, I was meeting new folks. Yeah, I couldn't remember how to say Amit, so I was like Amit, like Hobbit, but he's like 6'4" or 5", a giant, not a hobbit. And this other guy, Ray, who I wonder, like, if he was, parents are Indian, but he was born in this country because English is definitely his first language. He just, I don't know, he reminded me of a rat. It was just weird. So,
okay, as in his physical attributes or his actions?
Both?
I've known some ratty people. So I can't believe I'm saying this story out loud. 20-something years ago, I lived in Arizona, and long story short, I was friends with this man named Rocky, and me and my ex-girlfriend had this tradition where we would watch America's Most Wanted every Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And one night we were watching America's Most Wanted, and we saw Rocky on.
Oh no!
And while we're watching, we're like, "Oh, we're not going to rat on him." When they offered the $10,000 reward, I'm not kidding you. We looked at each other. We fought each other. No, we literally fought. Like, oh no, I'm claiming it. No, I'm claiming it. half of Mesa, Arizona called on that fool. He was gone. It was a big story. It was on the news and
Oh, that's
everything.
funny. Yeah, no, oh no, he's taller. Let's see here. So he's
Oh,
mm,
good time.
average. I don't know, 5'9", 5'10". I didn't realize until later that he came in wearing Amit's jacket because he looked like a little kid. He had this like beautiful coat that was so ill-fitting. It was like hysterically bizarre.
Okay, so I have another question. When you say ill-fitting, do you mean like I'm wearing my little brother's t-shirt that doesn't fit
I'm
ill-fitting?
wearing my big brother's jacket. Yeah, it was so
Okay.
big and oversized. It and like a very. I mean, they came in. I there had been no introductions. I was in the clubhouse by myself, so I just like stood in the corner and didn't say anything in front of these two new gentlemen, and I waited to like be introduced. It was because he came in. It like looked like I thought they were like mobsters. I was like, is this the Italian mafia? And I'm like, oh no, they're just Hindus. They're just Indians.
I'm so nosy, but I'm cordial. So if someone is to walk in the room, I'll say, "Hi, my name's William Sewing. Nice to meet you." Like I am like aggressively nice in that way. Like
Yeah, see, I don't know. Sometimes I clam up and I wait. So I look at Vic and I just gave him this like pleading look, and he's like, "I'll take care of you," because I didn't know who these guys were. But no, Ray, I don't know if he's a money guy. Something they were talking about money and things that were seemed questionable suggestions that and
are you
like
kidding?
Vic's a
I
trading family, and it was just I don't know. It was just weird. I kept trying to like listen in, but then I was like, you make me uncomfortable.
You know what? Family dynamics are so strange. I have at least like 15 cousins where if we stood next to each other, you wouldn't even know we were related unless someone said something, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I think they're just friends because
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't think they're related, but those families are so ginormous and with many tentacles. They could, but I think they're just friends, and I don't. Yeah,
Right now in my town, I have about 20 cousins. And like in LA, I probably have like 30 or 40 cousins that live in LA.
yeah, yeah.
So
This
I
is
know how it is to be
I
from a
have
giant family.
exactly this many, and that is a goose egg for all you listeners. Your family is very different. Yeah, it it depends on what it's different about. Some things are very the same, and some things we are on like different planets.
You know what though? Not one of my family members ever were weird about being a different color. And
Yeah,
my Hispanic brother, because of the age disparity between my father and I, he raised me in a lot of ways.
yeah,
So in no way, shape, or form am I dogging people that look different.
right.
And it's his birthday, so I'm gonna be nice.
Yeah,
I trip out on September 11th because I think I've told you the story. I lived in Arizona when everything was going on. I got on a plane with no ID because the people at Southwest just knew me and my ex girlfriend. We were
mhm.
always flying back and forth.
Yeah. No, I went I practiced. I went to geology class, and then they let us out early that day because I went to school in the westernmost state school in New York State, so there was oodles of kids from New York City there, and I was in the music school, so that was like the farthest place you could be away from home and still get in-state tuition. So yeah, that it was really rough. One of my friends, her baby daddy, who she got back together with when the kid was older, was like working and stuff. Let's see here, Kilroy. The more time goes on, the more I see that the Hollywood version of families is a complete fabrication, 100%.
The only real representation, I hate to say it, is the Brady Bunch.
And
If you
maybe
think
Rose.
about it, they were divorced and they came together. Now I
Yeah,
have that song stuck in my head.
Brady Bunch. I just love
But
listening.
that's how my family was, and my dad would always tell me like those are your brothers and sisters. They're not your step in anything.
Right, family's family, and
Yeah. My brother's a butthead, but I still call him my brother. Even my brother in Montana, 22 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he moved to the mountains of Montana to get away from
I
humans.
get it's like I'm over it.
And I agree with you, Kilroy, but I don't think that Hollywood version ever existed. I was thinking about this. Weirdly, I love Henry Winkler, okay? And if you watch every inception of Henry Winkler, he went from like the popular cool guy to the middle-aged overweight principal in a lot of movies. Are you all right?
Yeah, I just caught my thumb on the presser bar, and I'm getting help with a band-aid so I don't bleed on my silk.
It's a mood killer when you stab yourself. It's a mood killer.
Oh, just the presser foot fell off. The needles tried to jump out at me.
I won't get too detailed, but if it makes you feel any better, I kicked my toenail and cracked it, and it's like completely came off.
Okay. What is? Oh, we're stuck. All right. It's just I'm ready for Mercury to get out of retrograde, even though I know there's like 7 other planets that are still in retrograde right now, but there's some things I just need to be working a little bit better.
I used to always slam my finger while working on sewing machines as well. That's a very angry machine. I agree, Alibaba. It is an angry machine.
It happens sometimes. She needs some oil and some love.
You know what's really funny? For everything I've seen downtown, I've only seen one sewing shop, but it had like the real jukies and everything, so I didn't even walk in.
Like, I don't have the money for this or the.
I'm not going to spend $10,000 on a sewing machine. No way. Unless I'm sponsored, then I'll go in there with my handler. Be like, I want 2 of these, one of those.
I know, it's too bad. There is no white Rotary company anymore, so my favorite machine can't even sponsor me.
But that's the only other machine I see out here besides Singer, as far as something that's vintage or classic.
Yeah.
And so you have a higher probability of finding a white because they're still out there.
They are, and I feel like nobody appreciates them because they're not a Singer or they're not a Bach or a Juki or an Element. Like, white just like slides under the radar, I think.
Like that one I just bought. The way the table is made, it's freaking ingenious. The motor, everything, it still works,
Yeah.
And it's just as solid as a Singer.
Mm-hmm.
See, but that's back when the competition would actually make things that would be competitive.
Oh, right. Oh. Of course, he's like backing right outside the window.
Oh, no, that's okay. I thought you had an invasion of cicadas or something. I was about to call the cops.
No, that's the electric weed whacker, like literally right outside. But I guess I'll take that rather than last week. The realtor was walking around with people in the back, and somebody showed up the other day driving around. Must have been with like their contractor, and looked and was like, "That's I'm gonna forget the name because I didn't know what it's called, but like that siding's got asbestos in it." I'm like, yes, that is asbestos siding on part of my house. And the guy was like, yeah, that might take a little work. And I'm like, you haven't seen the inside. Like, they gussied up one unit that literally no one has ever lived in the entire time I've lived here. Yeah, that sewing machine sounds fast. 1960, 77 1.3 amp motor. Awesome. And so they like put high end or more high end finishes, but none of the other units have had any updates because folks have lived for like 15, 20 years, some of my neighbors. And they like doubled the asking price from 3 years ago when they tried to put the place on the market. So it's like listed as this like luxury. I'm like, oh god. Oh, it's gonna take another 1 million to like make everything look nice and just to do some of the other maintenance things. I don't know.
Oh, Twitter is the worst. I got sucked in a Twitter hole for a second. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just rambling around about. Oh, yeah.
It's not as bad as you think it is.
No, it's gonna be fine. I know the chaps keep telling me, like Vic and Amit yesterday. They're just like, why are you worrying? Everything's gonna be fine. I'm like, dude, you guys are so laid back. But and like, I was hearing about like legal immigration. This was like, yeah, you need to have a business or have like $800,000 to legally come to this country. I'm like, I've never seen money like that.
Australia is like that too. If you have a certain amount of money in your bank account, you can live there. Like I've said a million times, I tried to move there. They still beg me to move there.
Yeah.
As long as you can, like, they basically want you to be able to spend your money there, basically, because you won't be able to work at first. You won't be able to. You have to show that you can provide for yourself.
Right.
And if you think about it, even in America, $800,000, you would run out.
Yeah, if you didn't have it, right? Yes.
If you didn't have it, eventually, if you spend $800,000 though, like in a year, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You give me 100,000, I'll come back with 90 of it the next year, or even more of it because I invested on it. You know,
Right.
People are crazy.
Yeah. I know, because he gets punchy, because he doesn't understand, like, there's the difference between how he came to this country and then how people jump the border and just show up. It's not the same.
I think also, like with most things in today's world, everything comes down to emotion, and people want to argue from their emotional sides. And
Yeah.
as an emotional person, sometimes you have to take a step back.
Right.
And look at I hate to get Dr. Spock on you, but it's better to be logical. I don't even know what I would do with 800K. I would sit on it like this. I would literally just sit on it and let it make me rich. I would put it in a savings account. What you do? Okay. So there's this thing, it's called crazy money. Like, imagine if you won the lottery. Like, and imagine if you were just like, you were an average person, you won the lottery. Okay, so mentally you're still broke.
Right, exactly.
So let's say you won 20 million. What you do is you take $500,000 and go badass crazy with it.
Yeah.
And then save the rest of your money, because you'll spend so much time spending that $500,000,
Right.
not realizing that you just saved the rest of your $19.5 million. So
you hungry again?
So when you get money like that, you gotta save it.
No. Oh, killer right back.
Some friendly advice.
Yes. Buy some stuff and then invest the rest in an index fund. Yes.
Or you can get a gambling habit, or buy a bunch of $40 sewing machines. It's your choice.
Right, or start an IRA or whatever. It was me.
Oh man. Which reminds me, would that be? I want to teach my son about culture. Would that be crazy if I took him downtown? I'm looking for an excuse. I'm talking about it, so I'm probably going to do it.
But you've already said it's already happening. So just stop trying to talk yourself out of it.
Well, I want to. This is going to be like his last year homeschooling. Well,
right.
Depending on what happens in the world, But my whole reason for this, I want him to enjoy it. We've had such adventures.
Yeah.
When the lockdown happened, we lived close enough to the beach where we would leave in the morning and we could be back before the curfew.
Oh, that's nice.
And we wouldn't see another human the entire time.
What are you doing? I've got. Hey, what?
Oh,
I put the snack sack away.
oh, kitty.
He still has his hollow tail. He's.
Do you know they're open 7 days a week? That's their businesses. Don't you think all those places would be open 7 days a week?
Yes.
Excuse me. It's been so long since I've dealt with downtown.
Don't tell your siblings you're getting this many snackies, cat.
Are you kidding me? That cat is officially the youngest. It's gonna walk over there and say, "Look, I got a ton of snacks."
I know.
Gosh, that thing is a beast.
I know.
You're not supposed to really. You're not supposed to push all the way down.
Right.
You're
Cat
supposed to
about sewing machine talking why the cats take up the use of the machine exactly. We can only have one electric sewing machine working at a time, and I guess this is time to sew because
I'm pulling out my baby. I'm getting this
I've
one
got
ready
my
for tomorrow.
baby, my little baby.
I will not read that one out loud.
Can't help but show off her pussy. I love showing off my pussy.
That is.
All three of them.
Are you being served? Now that went from "Are you being served" to Total Recall.
Oh, that cat is going to walk all over the others and burp in their faces. Burp. Yeah, probably. Oh, Loki's staring at him right now. He's like, come on, Loki. Come on.
Loki's like, "What are you still doing here?"
Loki's like, I thought I heard snacks. Where's mine? Come on. Will you speak my love language? It's called snacks.
Oh man, this temperature change is crazy. So it's windy, hot, and kind of cloudy.
Oh, that's bizarre. That
It's
sounds
so
like firestorm season, though. That actually kind of sounds scary to me.
and where I'm from, you're not supposed to say the E word.
Eviction or evacuate?
It starts with earth and ends with quake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, yeah, that one. That
I'm
one.
not a luck person. I'm not a luck person. And so like I'll say it and people are like, "Don't say that word, you're jinxing it." But there's this weird thing, like earthquake weather is real.
Loki, did you tell Baloo that you're getting mad that you want all the snacks? Baloo wants all the snacks. All the boys want all the snacks. Come on. Be food motivated and do tricks for your fans. Hello, handsome.
You know what? Let me look in this studio and see what the real numbers are.
Come on. You're so spoiled. I'm feeding you your love language. Yep, I don't want any snack remnants so that when I start selling this silk, no snack on silk. Do I know what I'm going to do for my waistband? No. Figure that out later. But I realized I should not have put elastic in the waistband of the peach moire one because it's so heavy. It needs a tie band or dress bars because it's so heavy. It just wants to fall off. Just look at it this way. When the big one comes and LA breaks off and floats into the Pacific, you'll have beachfront property. That's what I'm waiting
Literally.
for. I'm at the bottom of the valley, so I'm underwater. I might need to move up the mountain a little bit.
I'm like on the top of I'm like at the middle of the shelf of the mountain. Like I'm good. I'm like when I drive to the ocean, I'm driving down towards the ocean.
Oh, that's good. Yep. So earthquake, tsunami, you're on the right side of the of elevation.
And if all else fails, I live right next to a giant mountain.
Yep, just start running.
Hey, what a name.
Welcome. No worries. You are welcome for as long as long as you're here or not here. Okay.
So I'm looking at the analytics of last night's stream, and um, someone liked it. I have a bunch of Russian viewers. Someone disliked it, and human beings are a mess.
Yeah, they are.
Reading the context, there's some out of context doozies.
Oh, funny.
There's only one channel I do that. I watch this one channel that's all drama, and I always go back in the chat because they're constantly like they're constantly reading each other. I just did a giant Porky Pig because I was trying to explain what I was gonna say. They're constantly insulting each other, and I'm like, oh, I'm writing that one down. I'm remembering this one. They got some zingers, man. The last 1,700 big tsunamis could have 90-meter waves and spots.
Oh, my goobers. I think I like this other narrow hammer rather than this 16th-inch spoon hammer. She's just a little girthier, and I like it. Yes, we're talking about sewing machine food again. You laughing or joking at me again?
Okay, I was smoking on that, but
Same difference.
I literally would have beachfront property. I'm gente de las montañas. Or montañas de la... No, you'd have to say gente de las montañas. People of the mountain. Because you'd have to say it backwards.
Right, I know, that's... Right.
So I'm people of the mountains, so... Do you know, I'm literally part of that part of LA that people are like, oh, you are part of LA.
No, I just pretend.
But Waternay has completely exposed me for the fact that I no longer speak Spanish, and I've kind of lost it. So I'm trying to speak more Spanish.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, when I lived in Oregon, I barely spoke English because I was brought there to bridge the gap kind of thing.
Right.
And I made friends.
Yeah.
So now, even with my mom, I've been speaking nothing but Spanish to her.
Oh, that's good. That helps her or I don't know, just she's
Yeah, fluently.
Yeah.
Hey, butterfly, how are you? How are you?
Just a quick drive by to say hello. You are so welcome.
And in the right neighborhood.
Exactly. For drive-bys and stopping by the circus. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to redo the top of that table because so first off, the person who I got that table from, she was scared to walk down my street.
Aww.
And oh no, in no way, shape, or form when you imposing anything, Waternay. But like you showed me that like I need to hone my skills. I used to like be able to legibly speak a second language.
See, that's just like my joke, legibly speak. No, we don't legibly speak the same way that I need you to be quiet while I read the subtitle. Be quiet, I can't read the subtitle.
I say that on purpose because I know it grabs your goat. So I would say that. I say it on purpose.
That's all good. I'm here for it.
But it's something that I've lost because I no longer speak it anymore. And like even my mom, the only time we speak Spanish is when we want to talk trash about people in front of them.
Yeah.
And hope that they don't speak the same language.
Right. Well, if you want to review, maybe you can find Dark in without the subtitles or the dubbing because it's a German program.
I just need to get back into immersion. Like I have like immersion DVDs where it just starts having conversations with you in Spanish.
I was gonna say you can't use going downtown to shopping as excuse to practice.
Well, that's the problem too, is that we're not having conversations. It's just cuantas quieres.
Right.
It's like, how much is this? How much do you
Yep.
want? How much do you need?
Yep.
I know my numbers in Spanish. We all know our numbers in Spanish, you know, like uno, dos, tres, cuatro, you know. 12 is 12,
Oh,
you know. We all like these are I call it that. That's just like you know, because we're really not even communicating. We're just, how much is this? How much do you want? Bam, and that's it. Thank you very much. Have a great
yep.
day.
Muchas gracias.
I lost a lot of my German. I tried learning another language, never could get to stick to it. Do you know, my father and I tried to teach each other German, that did not stick. We were trying to be slick. We tried to learn German. I still have all the DVDs. I bought a book not knowing it was Swiss because I thought it was German.
There is no language of Swiss. Switzerland has got 4 languages, but Swiss is. I don't think Swiss is a language.
Well, someone from the Fingers, like, I pulled the book out and they're like, "That's not German, that's Swiss." And he's passed away too. That actually, the person who I'm thinking of has passed away too.
German, Italian, French.
Alexa, what languages do they speak in Switzerland?
The official languages of Switzerland are French, German, Italian, and Romansh. However, English, Spanish, Portuguese, Albanian, and Serbo-Croatian are also spoken.
Well, they do speak German. Maybe it was the right book. You know what though? Like, that makes sense, because even in France, people will walk up to you and ask you if you speak Spanish, and they speak Mexican Spanish in France.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Rodriguez tells one of the greatest jokes of all time about how he was like, "I love France," and people were like, "What?" He was like, "I love France," because they speak actual real Mexican Spanish, and then it's not even like an insult, but they're weirdly close, so they can speak
Yeah.
the language.
Right. I know at this rate, if I learn another language, it's going to be Hindi from all the Bollywood movies. But I have, on occasion, put on the Indian Supreme Court and the High Court of Calcutta live stream their court hearings. So, and I'm like falling asleep, and I'm just like, but they're actually, that's all in English.
You know what? My niece taught herself Farsi and has been around the world on it. I still have the Berlitz stuff in the middle bedroom when she lived here. I thought she was just woofing, and she's been around the world. She joined Doctors Without Borders or whatever it is, and she goes to countries, you know, that are on the list that we wouldn't be able to go to, you know.
Yeah.
So I give respect to anybody who can speak a different language. It's different in America though, because in other countries it's required.
Right. Oh, Butterfly started learning French. Enjoying it. I will be parlaying. Parlez-vous français? Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that's funny.
Je suis un nanana. I think that's all I remember from French.
They talk a bit different German. That's like, I speak Mexican Spanish. Like, I do not speak Peruvian. I do not speak.
School Spanish is not Mexican Spanish.
No, it's not. Like, no, because there's been times where people are like, "Oh, this guy's Haitian. Can you talk to him?" I'm like, "No, I do not speak French."
That's Creole. That's how
Yeah. I don't speak French. Like, get out of here. Like, I have no idea. Or Portuguese.
right.
Like, I can't, or Castilian. I cannot necessarily communicate with someone who's from Argentina. But most of the time they speak Mexican Spanish. I've been reduced to knowing what most people say in German and French, but they can get my thoughts into those languages properly or well. I can tell when I'm insulting someone, because recently someone was like, "Do you speak Spanish?" I said, "Yes." And I started speaking to them in Spanish. They're like, "Okay, you don't speak Spanish." And they started speaking to me in English.
Right. I know, because everybody wants to practice their English, which is kind of what Killer is getting at here. In Europe, it's easier too, whereas Here in the US, you can drive 1,000 miles and see people who speak nothing but English. Exactly. Quebec French and France French is quite different. Like UK English and Canadian. Yup, that makes sense.
It's different here though, because like if you go to Koreatown, there's all the signs are in Korean, all the doors, everything is in Korean. Um, it's just different here, and it's the same in Chinatown in San Francisco. I miss that place,
Yeah.
but I live on the West Coast, so what do I know?
Right. We know nothing.
I can get around in Germany just enough to do the necessary things. I tried to learn German so bad. It just didn't stick. But to be fair, this was a long time ago. My father and I were drinking at the time.
So right, definitely
We
multifactorial.
were partying. We would just come together every night and be like, all right, let's learn German and just drink.
Brauchen Sie Deutsch?
I actually probably know more French. I have a bunch of books around here of like all different obscure languages translated into English.
I'm just gonna do my dad's approach and just watch cartoons. That's how
Do
he
you know
learned English.
that works?
I know.
I've known people that have done that. I've known Spanish speaking people that have done that.
Yep, because my dad knew Yiddish and Hebrew. Okay, good to go. Let's get this. Let's bring out the ruffles.
Oh man, it's too early for hockey season. Do you know? I didn't realize how much I watched ESPN until Disney and Spectrum got
All
into it.
this new bullshit with right the Disney debacle. Because aren't they selling off ESPN and Hulu? They're just like disgorging everything.
Yeah, well, in the meanwhile, they're leaving all the people with no lives, such as myself, who like
All the cricket.
vicariously live through these sports teams.
Yeah.
I'm not 25 anymore, but I can watch two 25-year-olds beat each other up while playing hockey, you know.
And enjoy every moment.
But everything is so privatized. And the funny thing is, the only reason I can even watch hockey or any of this is because they have their own channels and I pay for them.
Yeah, it's just this is racketeering.
And I didn't realize how hardcore it was. There's a bunch of channels that I didn't even know that Disney owned. I had no idea Disney owned half of these channels.
Yep.
Rolling on the floor. I watched Sesame Street in Germany, Sesame Street in English.
That's good. In Thai, English, tweet, teha. Oh man.
I do that with like old westerns. I'll put the Spanish speaking option on, and those movies are lit because the voice actors are it's always like the voices never match.
Oh right.
I love doing that. I watched The Hunt for Red October in Spanish.
Okay.
I love watching obscure movies in Spanish. I need to get back to that.
The Hunt for Red October I wouldn't consider that an obscure movie.
Well, you know what? I'm reaching a weird phase in my life where it bothers me when someone says, "Oh, I haven't seen that movie," but I forget not everybody's my age.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's why we were joking about our friend who'd never seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High. The funniest thing was at the very end, because I think I only saw the TV edited version and not the full on happiness. But he was so sensitive from cultural things that he's like just fast forwarded through the whole big sex scene. He was like, no, can't, not gonna do it.
You know, I didn't realize how hardcore people were like that until I went to ASU. I know it's a shocker. I was walking around the dorms, and you meet people. I was literally I'm an outgoing person. I was walking around meeting people. Long story short, I met this young man from Saudi Arabia. We were smoking his hookah.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking. He looked me in the eye. I was 18 years old. He looks me in the eye and he's like, It's strange to me in America how women show their arms.
Right.
I was a kid. I knew nothing about his culture. I'm like, oh, but I knew enough to shut my mouth.
Right. Oh, that is so funny, Butterfly. But I told a new mama in Spanish to feed her baby every 3 hours, then repeat what I actually told her was to eat her baby hours. Right.
Oops. They're gonna think
Oh,
Americans are crazy.
now I'm going to think about comida now. Let's
See,
see.
it already sounds different after I soaked it.
Yes, the voice to lip sync is off always. It is. It's so funny. And
Always.
ever want to hear yourself absolutely hammered drunk play back a video of your own at 50%? Oh god, that's 50% twice as fast as super funny. I might have to do that if I need a show a pick me.
Same. This is almost up to hat speed.
Right.
Almost.
El Niño, comida. Oh my goodness. Too funny.
Oh, they must be partying over there. Oh, I won't be the party pooper yet. I'm the wet blanket that calls, and I'm like, the kid has school tomorrow. Just a reminder, I'm a wet blanket.
Well, somebody has to if they.
I'm bad cop. As a parent, I accept that role. Like, I am bad cop.
It should be everybody is on the same team. It shouldn't have to be good cop, bad cop.
We are, but I'm like, I'm with my kid Monday through Friday, so I'm the one who's like, you got to get up, you got to stay awake.
Yes.
Like, you have to be consistent, and with kids,
With everybody, people generally, I find, do better with some type of sort of a routine.
I have a crazy one. I stretch every day. I do my high chi.
Right?
Oh, this thing's almost ready. I covered this thing in stickers. I went sticker happy. I was so proud of this machine. This was like my first real Japanese clone that I bought by myself. That wasn't grandma's sewing machine.
This ruffler foot's kind of noisy. That's so fun. Oh, that's right. I don't have to put French seams because the edges are the selvage. Now you're listening. I'm glad you're having a good time, Allie. Oh my goodness.
If you're listening to it in half speed, how do I sound right now? I couldn't help myself.
That's good.
I couldn't help myself. Are you kidding me? What is that movie with that weird officer Bunny and the Fox? And there's the sloth is the DMV person.
I don't know which kids movie this is.
This was like right before he stopped watching cartoons, but that was there's a scene with the cartoon sloth, and it's like it's so slow I don't even want to waste your time.
Where are we stuck, funny?
I can't believe. And now there's like a running joke at the DMV that the people at the DMV are sloths.
Oh, jeepers.
It's so different where I live though, because like there's a lot of people here. When I lived in Arizona, man, when you go to the MVD in Arizona, there's no one in line.
They keep closing ours in town and then opening it back up again. It's just like, make up your mind, kids.
That drives me crazy. That's probably funding. I worked for this company. Excuse me. They would lay everybody off from November until January. Needless to say.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to. I don't think I could do with a job where you got furloughed.
They would, but they paid $75 an hour. So
Yeah,
they basically would tell you like save your money, It
right.
was a good job, but it was like I didn't like the insecurity of not having money during the most key months.
Right. It's the holiday time and the bills and this and that. I know is nothing wrong with sticker therapy.
I'm trying to think of what else I should make. I'm gonna finish my video. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna make that too, Nick. And I need to get off my duff and make the patterns. The reason I've been slow on the jacket is because I can't mangle the if it survived everyone else before me, I'll make sure it survives me as well.
Right.
But I'm dying to make that Western jacket. I have a mile of denim. I already know what I'm gonna line it with.
Mm-hmm.
The 50% speed sounds crazy. It's nothing but fun. Do I sound like this or do I sound like this?
I know, because for some reason I initially thought we were sped up 50% to get caught up, but then I guess we could also be slowed down 50%, which would be great because that would like double my watch time. You got a 4-hour show that's now lasted 8 hours.
I am getting my money out of StreamYards for the amount. I don't know why. In the beginning of the year, I paid the lump sum and it was enough where my credit card company was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Do you know what you're doing? Is somebody holding you hostage? Let's talk." They called me and they're like, "Hey, man, this company's charging you all of this at once. I'm getting my money's worth of StreamYards."
I don't know. Last year when I moved up from the free version of Wave to the one that I use now that gives me our 4 hours and a hard cutoff, it was less than $100. They renewed it for me this year at the same original price I paid, and next year it's going to be the same. Like I'm paying half the price,
Oh, that's cool.
and I was like, I'll take it.
If I told you how much I paid for StreamYards, you would point and do the Nelson haha at me.
It sounds like it because I'm paying less than $100.
That's so slowed down. They're talking about my they're talking about my slop.
You're right. You're slow. We'll be here till tomorrow.
What movie was that now? It had the bunny and the fox. The bunny was the cop. I have all the DVDs. I have every DVD that like people would buy me DVDs. My ex-wife was like, "Here."
What is the? I don't know.
When you have a kid, people just randomly give you cartoon DVDs. They're like, "Here." See, because all my friends were pre-internet. I gave a ton away though because I knew somebody who has kids and they didn't have an internet connection. They literally lived at the top of a mountain
Mm-hmm.
and people lived a different life. And it's in California. It's right by my house, actually. But they live different lives. They do not necessarily participate on the internet. They have cell phones and the internet, but their signal is weak.
I know. I was gonna say there's some places around here where like literally the internet is crap or like dial up because you can't even get anything better up there. Bunnykins, maybe.
What was the no? It was like it was a DreamWorks movie. Everybody were animals. Now I have to look it up. Oh my gosh! If I saw all my searches, if I was ever under investigation, they would be like, "He's not doing anything illegal, but that guy's just weird. He looks up the weirdest stuff."
What's going on?
Officer Bunny Hops, Zootopia.
Okay.
Oh, I miss those days. What year did that come out? Oh, are you kidding me? Why? Why do people? Never mind. People, human beings are gross. People ruin everything. I just want to know what year this movie came out.
Yeah, right. The Bunnykins, the cartoon movie. Yes. I don't know. I know not everybody likes Adam Sandler, but I kind of want to curl up and watch the You're Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah.
I haven't seen many of the adult Adam Sandler movies. I just you know what I he just wasn't my guy. Just wasn't my guy.
Fair.
And have you seen what Rob Schneider has turned into?
Oh my god, that guy. He needs to like just get off Twitter and like stop talking. He's what a weirdo.
And he weirdly creeps out on people. Like there I asked myself the other day like am I strange because I haven't reached that angry old man phase where I want to yell at the younger generation? Like I the kids are so beyond me. I don't even understand what they're doing, but I don't condemn them for it because they're a different generation.
Right, and kids are gonna be dumb and stupid. That's
Always.
due.
And one of the things I'm not saying is a long time ago I worked at an amusement park called Magic Mountain, and Rob Schneider walked in with what looked like a young girl that was my age.
Mm.
I was 17 at the time.
Ooh.
And I know Alexa, how old is Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider is 59 years old.
He's not as old as I thought he was.
Oh, I'm
He's 59.
weird.
So he's I thought he was older. But long story short, Kilroy doesn't like Adam Sandler either.
I know, I know. I was gonna be a.
But I haven't seen any of his, like, because I know he has a ton of movies. I
Oh,
haven't seen any of his adult newer movies.
yeah, no, he doesn't bother me so much. It's that other guy who used to do the movie reviews who's like completely crazy.
Who's that?
Um,
Not I'm thinking of Siskel and Ebert. I'm so old.
oh, I can't think of his name. He's gray hair, balding, and kind of pudgy, which is not a really great description.
But you literally just described every other American, like every person. I know about 15 people
I
that
know,
fit that
I
description.
know.
That's like in my town. If you say white Ford truck, you have to be a little bit more specific because every other person drives a white Ford
Right,
truck. Or like, oh,
right. You got to be like the one with the testicle mud flaps or whatever.
well, I live in a flag flying town.
Okay, so you can know by the flag that they're
Oh
flying.
yeah, you could. And they're not always flying the flag you think that they are. It's funny. I live in California.
Oh my god! Well, that kid a couple weeks ago who got lambasted for the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
You know, even if I don't agree with someone, I leave them alone. I took a
Right.
picture of this young kid's car because I was behind him in traffic. I didn't say a word to him. I did it sneaky. I zoomed in. Well, with the iPhone, you could
Right.
zoom in crazy. So I just took a couple pictures, and because I always look. There was a car covered in a bunch of stickers. The kid wasn't even old enough to vote. I was extremely political before I was 18.
Mhm.
Extremely political. I cared more back then than I do now. Oh,
Yeah, I think now I'm more just curious about political or foreign affairs, foreign government things, just because I don't know. I think we learn something about how other people view you. The only comedian I liked that I met was Mike McDonald and John Panay. I made John snap asking how big was a small at Dairy Queen. He said I should go outside and get myself. Oh, that's good. That's funny, funny.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I am so burnt out. I have been streaming a lot.
Yeah, you have been. And I keep feeling bad that I've been so creep that my schedule is just on a different time zone sometimes.
I have suddenly found myself with time.
Right. Yes, you've said, yeah.
So I'm utilizing the time that I have.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You met Mike McDonald. Do you know we've talked about it a million times, the people we've met, but like I heard the other day they were asking, have you ever met any celebrities that were rude? I met Triple H the wrestler. He was so rude.
Mm.
Like interfering to do something stupid more than here else.
Mhm.
I've been neglectful with streaming. You know what? I've recently found myself with a lot of time on my hands. And so I have the time to stream. Normally I wouldn't be able to do it 3 days a week, but like I now have the time to. No one's judging you, Pam, but I do miss your live streams.
Well, I feel like I'm lucky I do my show once a week. If I do anything extra, which I usually don't, then I'm here on Sunday.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm weirdly consistent. So when I get into something, I'll do it until I resent myself. I'm working on a pre-record right now. I'm gonna have it out in a day or two, but I've lost my umph for pre-records because YouTube has just attacked my pre-records for some reason.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I'm like 50-50 if I want to add any copyrighted material because I don't want them. So with my editing software, it's kind of slow. So
Mhm.
I'll be
What do you
sitting here editing for hours and then I get denied by YouTube. It's a kick in the teeth.
Yeah.
Because then I have to go back and figure out what was copyrighted and they don't tell you.
No, I know. It's so ambiguous.
Oh, I'm like shaky just thinking about it. So I was over it. And like they said no one was gonna watch that video of I always feel like somebody's watching me. Everybody's watched the video.
Hmm.
I don't know what YouTube was talking about, They're just they're gonna give me an ulcer.
Right.
I might get back in the groove. I miss your lives, Pam. There's something going on with most platforms right now. I agree, and that's why I'm not taking it personal because someone I know that has hundreds of thousands of subscriber, and the other person that he that he streams with who has like 15,000, and all the time he's like, y'all don't like me. He's like, because this person has 100,000 and I only have 14. He's like,
Oh.
y'all do not like me. It's kind of true. I'm glad you said that, Alibaba, because I've been I can't I know it's not just me.
Right. But on the upside, Rumble is rolling beta testing their cloud platform. They're going to be a full service like internet. We meet your needs for everything. I'm super excited.
Just thinking about doing my sewing stand up on Rumble. Instead of standing in front of like a brick building like
So,
Jerry Seinfeld, I'll just be sitting in front of a sewing machine. What's this thing about bobbins?
I know I moved Brunhild out of this room and into a different room so I can stand because she was on my bureau and I'm like, I'm not going to stand at my bureau to sew. Just put her on the desk in the other room.
Oh,
But
I am like dreaming. Do you know? I know I've said this a million times, but I'm addicted to the deli chicken by my house, and they cook it fresh at certain times.
oh, that's great.
And my grocery store is so bougie, they have a sushi guy.
We do too. But it sounds so funny that the seaweed salad must all come from like the same place because whether I'm at a restaurant, at the sushi place, or whatever, it's always the exact same seaweed salad.
I'm a fan of consistency though, so if it all tasted the same and it was great, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it does all taste the same, looks the same, all the same. Oh, now I want tandoori chicken. I had some yesterday. No.
I'm weirdly craving soft serve because I've discovered the Burger King up from my house. Their machine isn't broken like McDonald's. I'm going to sit up for that one. McDonald's, your machine is always broken. That's not even a stereotype. And the Burger King by my house, their machine's always working because they
I
know how to.
I got an ice cream sandwich in the freezer still. I like left it and forget it.
I have this really weird soft serve addiction. I'm not supposed to eat it, so I don't eat it as much as I used to. But it's, when you're told not to do something and it's food, you're like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. No, it's got to be over 100, and I've got to be really uncomfortable to want ice cream these days. I'm too cold.
I literally cannot eat it anymore, and it makes me angry because Isaiah will be like, "Oh, I want some triple chunk ice cream," and I'm like, "So do I, bro." And there's some in my freezer right now, and I can't eat it
Yeah, you
because
don't need the dairy mucus right now.
no, I can't. This is me on a normal day,
Right.
so I can't. Like the older I get, I cannot. There's certain things I have to stay away from.
Yeah.
I used to treat milk as water.
Oh God, no.
I was obsessed with milk as a kid. I drink milk so much, and now I can't touch the stuff.
Oh,
Just buy a soft serve machine at the Goodwill. Kilroy, if I ever see one, I will.
oh, did I just lose my needle again?
If I ever see one.
Uh,
I
I,
wonder if LeBron James is really this buff every day. There's a commercial where he's trying to sell the tonal. It's like a machine where you put it on the wall and you work out with it.
mm,
It's a giant screen. It's a really expensive piece of equipment, but like I doubt he's ripped year round.
yeah, because hopefully he has like a on cycle, off cycle, and a post cycle stuff.
Well, like those guys, they have their assistants have assistants.
Right. What's wrong with this needle?
But when I see people, sometimes I don't know if it's like lights, glitz, and camera tricks, or do they actually work out that much? Because there's certain bodies that, like, in order to look a camera perfect, you'd have to work out. You have to maintain that body, is what I'm trying to say.
You do, but then also for something like that, they probably like dehydrate a little bit, sweat you up, grease you down, get the lighting just right. Yes,
Exactly.
it's all of the above. It's not just.
Because I work on my upper body, but my stomach and I are friends now.
Well, abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym. So.
Well, I bought Isaiah a bunch of weights for his birthday, and it's encouraged me to start working out.
Right, because if they're dusty and you're tripping on them, then you're not lifting them often enough.
Well, I put him in the living room, so I was raised Roman Catholic, so I get guilted by everything. So I would like walk in the living room, do some deadlifts.
Right. Let's see here. I probably should. Allie says I need to deep clean the needle bar, the inset groove the needle goes in, and the clamp. Probably. Was that all just taking off this front clamp? Let's.
Oh, they're having sorry, I'm nothing but noises. They're having another open house behind my house again.
Yeah.
What should I play? My southern let's see. I have my banjo, or do I have my tambourine? What do I have? What do I have that's extra annoying?
Right.
Oh, I do.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
I have quite a few of those. I have all kinds of fun stuff in here that I could, and I have JBLs in the backyard.
Oh gosh.
I just finished printing out the manual. I did both sides, so didn't use much paper. Awesome! Awesome, Pam. Play some Def Leppard and Rat on your PA. That's doable. That's doable. I have them on tape and CD. I actually like Rat. And it's been a while since I've said this because I know I repeat myself over and over and over. But I've seen the Scorpions like 15 times because they always perform in LA and they're probably still performing. And when I lived in LA, every year they would go to the LA County Fair. And I saw ZZ Top at the LA County Fair too.
Just ask a musician, well, okay, the bagpipes. Just start to lean on a scale on the bagpipe.
Do you know what's really funny? Do you know what else is annoyingly naturally loud? Is my banjo. Banjos scream. They're amplified. I took it out of the room because if I reached a certain octave, I could hear my voice bouncing off the back of my banjo. And it got weird to me after a while.
Right.
But banjo, they're I love banjo memes. Oh, I miss my pops. We used to send each other banjo memes all the time.
Born to be wild on the bagpipes.
That's not a bad idea. I'd have to get the air compressor. I don't know if I have the lung capacity for that one. But they're like so yuppie. They were doing a bunch of work in the backyard and they hire all these companies.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till when they come talk to me about the trees. Mm-hmm. I might come to the door with my shirt off, with a gold chain on,
with your leather pants on.
Well, I'm not trying to send that message. I don't like them that much. I have all of my pops' old Mr. T jewelry.
Oh, that's funny.
Like rope, like fake rope gold. And I know it's fake because Busta Rhymes just had one made and it's worth millions upon millions upon millions.
Yeah.
And he wears it all the time and I would be so paranoid.
Well, right, but you also aren't walking around with like 5 bodyguards who are packing and...
True. Not having lung capacity makes it all the better in the most fabulous bag. Yeah, because it'll be kind of poopy bagpipes. Oh, I miss hockey.
The constipated pipes.
I just want the neighbor, like that neighbor who, it's weird to me because when new people move in the neighborhood, they have prejudices. And I was working on my truck and that woman just walked down the street and she was like scared of me. And you know what? I am glad that she felt safe enough to turn around and leave. She didn't pressure herself to do the whole cul-de-sac. I'm not mad about it. But when I introduced myself yesterday, she was like looking at me like, oh, this guy's nothing like what I expected him to be. And then I'm like, go check out my my YouTube channel. I go by Godless Sewing. I guarantee you she's going to walk past my house now. She's going to feel all comfortable and all.
Right.
Because I live in a yuppie neighborhood, we get a lot of walkers around here.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, I bought a bicycle, so I'm going to wear the gear, but I have to practice first.
Yeah, because those toe clips are not easy.
I grew up with a brother who was all into cycling, like Tour de France, like Miguel Indurain, 1990, I don't know what, from Spain. So like I've had toe clips around my whole life. So I laugh, it's funny because that gear's not cheap. And my neighbor used to own a bike shop, but times are hard. So now he sells bikes through his garage. They're like, he sells Cannondales and like they're not cheap.
Yeah,
he's selling like $4,000
$10,000 bicycle is like, oh my goodness.
That's why when people come over to his house, I have a camera pointed straight at his garage. If he ever gets, if a hooter ever comes to his house, I want to be on Inside Edition.
Oh, Killer, you don't like walkers.
We have a ton. The one thing though I love when they walk past my house, see, people are used to it now. New people, they always like they'll tell each other like, it smells like weed around here. You see them looking, and I start laughing whenever I can always tell.
No, that is funny.
But everyone puffs around here, every other person, because there's a lot of cops around here. But it's
Right.
legal,
Well, yeah, probably half of them too. You just don't see it.
That's why I'm really curious what the people behind me, the guy was. He was living in the granny shed. He smoked 1,000,000 cigarettes. I think he was living with his ex-wife.
Mm. Oh, the one who had the meltdown.
Oh, this was after. That house has not had, I don't believe in curses. A bunch of crazy people have moved into that house.
Okay.
But they would weirdly congregate and eat their. I live in a really fair weather city. So I sit in my backyard and eat all the time. It's so peaceful.
Right? I know that's another thing that's gonna all the migrants they trucked up to New York City, it's gonna be winter and cold soon.
Even here, it's gonna get sweater weather.
Yeah, but I don't know. Oh.
I'm really curious to see what caliber of person moves in.
Mm-hmm.
And every time someone moves in, they change the dynamic of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Never again will I move back to my hometown. When I move this time, I will never come back here again.
For the 50th time ever, he says it.
Yeah, exactly. If I told you of all the places I've lived, and then, well, to be fair, I moved around a bunch and then came back here, and then,
I know. This is like your song and dance about, I'm not going to go to the fabric district this week.
I walk around my neighborhood too, Butterfly. I like walkers. I like to walk around our neighborhood, but it's too bloody hot. Same. And see, that's the thing. Like this time of night, that's when it reminds me of when I lived in Arizona. The world becomes alive, and everybody's outside.
Yeah.
We have a lot of walkers around here. Kilroy, you. For the record, we got 4 drops.
Full 4 drops. Good work.
I don't.
That monsoon that Las Vegas had that they were flooding and the water coming through the roofs again.
You're gonna live there the rest of your goddamn life. I don't want to, Kilroy. I refuse. I refuse to die a yuppie.
Well, yuppie's a state of mind, not a. Yeah.
I'm surrounded by, and that's another thing. My neighborhood's become super yuppified,
Oh.
and no one owns anything anymore. And I think that's part of the problem is that because no one owns anything anymore, people come and go all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have lasting relationships with.
The other thing.
Sorry.
Oh, just with the leases and people moving and not committed and.
No one owns anything anymore, and so for the record, we got 4 drops of rain yesterday. Says Butterfly on my wall. It's been weirdly raining here too. I hope not. See, Kilroy, now I got Hotel California stuck in my head. Such a lovely place. There's not too many other places that I really do want to live, but I kind of want to move more out in the desert. I'm not a city person anymore, so I don't want to live in LA in the city anymore. And driving down there has completely destroyed that idea. Right. I get anxiety. Like on the way home, I notice when I walk through my door, I'm super jumpy. Because it's just the drive is it's hardcore. It's intense.
Butterfly wants you in Texas. He doesn't want to go to Texas. He wants to go to Pennsylvania or New York. The property taxes in New York are way too much. New York's beautiful, but I would not move back there.
I would move to Texas, or Pennsylvania, but I've been watching a lot of stop and frisk videos from New York, so I would never live in New York.
Well, you don't have to live in the city, but 'cause-
That's true. That's
but
true. It's chaos right now in New York, and the way the police deal with it's different than how they do in LA. It's just much different. I saw that Las Vegas flood live on YouTube. Was great footage. Light traffic heading south, then got the rain, one hydroplane, and then the overstopped highway.
oh
Overtopped. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's another thing. Like, I don't want to live anywhere where there's a floodplain. I don't want to. I don't want to build something that a tornado takes all my sewing machines and spreads them all throughout the county.
no. Well, that's ridiculous too. That like in California and Florida, all these insurance companies are pulling out, and then you can't get like fire insurance, and it's affecting folks' car insurances and all this shenanigans.
If you have not previously had it, you cannot purchase it now. I dare someone in California to tell me that you will get legal, legit fire insurance that isn't some weird
Right?
backdoor to something else.
Yeah.
Our benefit in Pennsylvania is there's no sales tax on sewing supplies.
I know, but you don't. You can just come to Oregon and have no sales tax.
That's about it.
Touche.
But the first year on taxes, I got hosed. I had to learn how to do my taxes in Oregon.
Why
Oh,
not?
that coffee tastes so good.
Oh, that water with electrolytes is amazing.
Well, I've been drinking water and I forgot that my coffee was here.
Yeah, fair. I'm getting tired and feisty, but it's my show. I'm like,
It's my party.
and I'll moan if I want.
Feisty if I want to. Feisty if I want to.
Now that I took this plate off. So when you talk about deep cleaning, do you mean like taking everything out or just like getting a good air hose? Because
Yes,
it just
every part that. So no, you don't have to screw off too many parts, but yeah, scrub the heads, scrub anything that's fuzzy, anything that has a string. You got to get in there. Don't rearrange the springs or anything, but
right.
take any fuzz, any potential gunk.
Yeah.
Even it's the same with older, newer machines. Like
Mhm.
defluffing is universal.
Right. Yeah. So now that I got the plate off, I can't screw it back on. So I'm just like sitting here. I can't even. I can't even stitch on my show right now.
I'm not sure I could tolerate the freaking cold anymore. We complain in Texas when it goes below 40. That's my problem too.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do move, I have to take. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, and my kid. That's 4, and then I'm not. I don't have 4 children. I'm thinking of my ex-wife and her kid, and then mine. I do not. I only have 1.
You're not counting your sewing machines.
I have to take. Hold on. Then there's niece and nephew. That's the 6 people. Oh, uncle. I gotta take like 8 or 9 people with me when I move.
Yeah, so basically you're not going anywhere.
Oh no. Like they'll just follow my ex-wife because she weirdly tells her family what to do. So we all are trying to move, but we just like there's no compromise because I will live somewhere cold. She refuses to because she's never lived anywhere that isn't California.
Mm,
I've lived up north, so
yeah, you've had 4 seasons.
yeah, I could, and it's also a different way of life. Like we lived in Stockton, and we used to laugh how the weather was different there.
Mhm. No, snow is a dirty 4-letter word, and lake effect is even worse. I still have nightmares.
I love the cold. I see. I have no problem. Like I'm an all season kind of guy, but the more I grew up in the desert, so I'm biased. Like I'm a lizard. If this was Star Trek, I would be a Cardassian. I need the sun. I'm one of those people.
Yeah. Also, I mean, there's the cold and like bundling up, but having to like get ready an hour before you need to be someplace to shovel out your car and no. Been there, not interested. You can have all the lake.
I've been to Chicago where it was literally 20 below, and I was shaking so hard my back hurt. But see, I was always a stick. I was always 170 pounds, so I was like wrapped up like a Cosby kid. And for anyone who doesn't know, that's just 15 layers.
Right. Okay, let's hear. Oh, Killer likes to do their outdoor stuff in the winter and fall. All right, perfect. No need to take out the parts, possibly just clean the needle bar, start in the up position, clean the worn surface, and then ungunk the tarnished areas. Then in the down position, clean the bottom side. I'm glad somebody loves lake effect. Oh.
What is the lake? Sorry, what's the lake effect?
So it has when over the Great Lakes, because they're such huge bodies of water, the cold, if the lakes are not frozen, Erie, Huron, Superior, Ontario, there's the fifth one that I'm forgetting. The cold air goes over the unfrozen lakes and picks up a whole bunch of moisture, and then it dumps.
Oh, I can see how. Oh,
Oh, Butterfly wants to go to Canada in the summer. I'll feed the mosquitoes in exchange to see the countryside. Awesome.
Canada's beautiful. At least I've been from the west coast to Saskatoon, Canada. I haven't been to the east coast, but Canada's beautiful.
That's true. I've never been on a snowmobile alley. That would have made much more sense. I do remember there's the places in rural New York and the western New York where they had like the trails you had to like be careful to watch out for the snowmobilers and they'd all be out like
I recently almost bought one, and okay, so I back when I did a bid for that job with my ex-wife, she took me to this really weird warehouse store, and they had all this odd stuff for sale.
mm-hmm.
And like I stood over it, and she looked at me and she's like, "Bro, we live in," she's like, "Okay, logistically, you'd need a trailer. Then you'd have to go find snow or you'd be on someone else's property because in California, everything's private property.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wandered off
BLM land and you can't always use motorized equipment up on the state land or the federal lands.
I almost bought one. And I wondered why they had them in the middle of the valley in LA, you know?
Because somebody was bougie who came down off the mountain and like unloaded everything.
It's a liquidation warehouse. They have like anything you could think of, like just random things. They had truck parts, couches, workout equipment, just random stuff, kitchen sinks.
Everything and the kitchen sink.
Literally.
Oh, that's funny. How Canadians can go almost from east side of Canada to the west side of Canada in the mountains. I believe that because the Canadian Rockies but Canada must be the same way. Like in New York, we would like have hills. They would call it like mountains to go skiing, but the East Coast mountains are not like the West Coast mountains, and I didn't realize it until I'd seen both of them.
That reminds me, I should go to Mount Whitney. I haven't been there in forever. Oh, hey, Hans is here. Give me a quick sec.
Hey, Hans.
Yeah, I gotta open
the Okanagan Valley in BC is where it ends. Awesome. Yeah. Oh man, what a week it's been. I know. The needle bar, and I have a love and hate with this machine and the ruffler foot because like the needle just keeps trying to hit it, and it was getting like chunk. I don't know what I did. I should probably not use that needle again. Stuck it away for later. But oh, there's music. I am so like I hear everything outside, and I'm just like anxious and paranoid right now. We have a Trans-Canada Trail for snowmobiles groomed and marked all the way. That is amazing. Hello, Freya Foofers. I was so crazy. I was like stuffing stuff in the closet earlier, and then I was like, oh, what did I do with my handbag? I was like starting to get stressed out. I'm like, is it underneath the clothes on the bed or the blankies? And then I was like, wait, I wonder You don't think it's the ruffler fair? Okay, it probably we do need another deep cleaning because I don't think it's been a while since that part's been cleaned, and we've been sewing a lot. I would double check this this Simanco number. Okay. Figure that one out. Let me take my screenshot of my screenshots. Oh my goodness. I can't believe you folks are still awake on the. I know I've got some night owls. Actually, who am I complaining? It's me being tired because I didn't roll into my house until 3 o'clock this morning because I was pretending to be young and foolish, and it was just fun chit chatting, except for with that weirdo. But it's all good. Oh, Kilroy never understood riding snowmobiles for fun. Then again, I don't understand boats or ATVs either. True. They just seem more expensive. Some here go by mush or by dog sled. They also call snowmobiles the same. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it depends, but I like sleeping. But I know it's hard to sleep when you've got chronic pain. Hey, hands. Oh, there's my camera. I don't know. Oh, there. My ostrich is terrible. It looks angry. Or I'm like the dog from Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh my goodness. I'm like running out. We're just, as soon as he gets back, we might be like packing it in. Like, I still have some stuff to get ready, but I know they're not coming till Tuesday. But this weird, like, passive aggressive note of like, if things are not cleaned up outside, you're at risk of a 30-day no at fault eviction. And I'm like, what? I don't like words like that. And could you be specific? I don't know. Kill, right? Also, I also had a cousin, who died in an ATV accident. So
will you turn that light on too?
traps.
Will you
Yeah,
turn that light on so we don't get a trash avalanche?
I'm sorry. That's a good reason to have a healthy to fear and not feel comfortable.
ATVs are dangerous.
Yeah,
It's the reason why I don't have one near me. My cousin broke his. My cousin always tells a story how he knows that he wasn't destined to be a biker because he's broken his tailbone twice
oh, jeepers, yeah.
on a quad, twice.
Oh no.
Because he grabs the clutch, he goes up, and he falls with the bike. Those things are. Even my tractor, if my tractor was to roll over, that would be all she wrote. Like, they're dangerous piece of equipment. You have to know what you're doing.
Yep.
I know someone that had to jump out of a tractor because he was home alone in a field. Well, he owns a property. He was using his tractor, and his tractor rolled over, and he jumped. If that had rolled over, they would have never found him.
Right.
Well, they would have found him, but that's so sad.
Yeah. Friends who live above the tree line in the tundra. My friend's wife had a family member visit, and he had never seen a tree. All the land of permafrost and no trees.
Oh my gosh, Pam.
That. What did that poor child do to you?
I broke my tailbone giving birth to my.
But that sounds terrible.
You know what? My sister and I don't get along, but my sister is 5'4", and her husband was 6'7".
Ouch.
Every single one of my sister's children came out like 9 pounds, 10 pounds. Like they were like humongo.
Right. Well, Some folks have just got hips that are meant to do a job.
So I could totally see that. I could totally see that.
Right, that sounds terrible. All right, let's chill for tomorrow. I'm like, I need to pack it in. I'm like falling asleep, and I've got no sewing left because I gotta clean my machine.
So tomorrow I will be making a tunic. I have all kinds of crazy stuff lined up. Tonight I will be working on my video. I should have it out by Tuesday because I don't want to rush it too much, but I should have my video out soon. I'm working on a ton of stuff, but tomorrow night, Godless Sewing Channel, be there or be square. It's going to be Sequins Palooza. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm done with the stinky material. We're going to have the stinky material funeral. We'll be done with it.
You're just gonna throw it in the trash.
I'm going to write that down. Oh, Pam, that hurts my tailbone.
I know, that sounds terrible. Well, hopefully everybody sleeps well, it doesn't have any pain. Don't wait till tomorrow to be fabulous today. And don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. You are all amazing and have a great week. I probably will not see you tomorrow. So I'll see you when I see you next time. Bye.
Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.